Welcome to the programming segment, everyone. Sorry that took so long. Switching away from VR is always very painful, but it's faster than last time. Okay, that was a record time. I'm gonna actually bring the microphone with me, and you're gonna hear me plugging in a bunch of cables and screaming and yelling at how terrible my cable management is. So I'm gonna carry the mic with me. It's a bit like this reminds me of when I go on stage. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the show. We're gonna be programming now. And we're gonna be taking a nice chill day. Do I see legs now? I see legs, yeah. I see my own legs. I don't know, there's something there, okay? There's a comedy there. There's some comedy there. I just don't know how to do it. Oof, he has legs. Ooh. But that was interesting. I actually really enjoyed the VR segments, but the VR segments are always sort of painful to go through, so it's a switch on and the switch off that always gets me. But at least we'd done those two games and we actually checked them out and saw what they were doing. Let's go with this very chill, very quiet, very nice playlist over here. Let's go with this very nice, quiet playlist, okay? He has a body. He's not just a voice. You should practice for my stand-up comedy show. I'm not gonna make it. I'm gonna be honest with you. There's this thing that happens with me where when it's like when I need to be funny, I panic. And my body, it's almost like my brain shuts down and I don't know what to say. And I know that just sounds like me every day, but I swear I'm trying. I swear I'm trying. Give me a second. I need to find these cables. But yeah, I don't know. Stand-up comedy is just not my thing. I don't know how to do a good joke. I know how to do like impressions, but all my impressions are considered racist now. Sorry, that's pretty good. Wait, that's pretty good. Yeah, you too. That was a good one. Thank you. It's that nice little like slide into the thing, you know. But yeah, how about instead of stand-up comedy, you join us in the fashion thing? How about you join us in this new fashion game? I've actually been thinking about this. If these fashion games don't work out well, what I'm gonna do is we make our own fashion game. Okay. We make our own fashion game. It's free. You just get your own clothing. You get to mix and match, and there's no FOMO. You don't need to spend money to buy stuff. You spend money to like get access to the game, but all the content is open for you, and you just get the stuff. Okay, that's the ultimate fashion game. You don't want to start a new game though. That's very fair, and I understand your concerns. The problem is that so the problem with Infinity Nikki. It's only Nikki. Will I buy you new clothes? Will you buy me new clothes? Ooh, ooh. No. Go to work. Get a job. Go outside. Go to the store. Call your bank. Boo. Boo. He won't take care of me. Boo. Nobody gets free clothes here, okay? If I could, I actually would live in a nudist society, if only because it's free. Is it noise canceling? Is it noise canceling? Why do I sound so loud? Oh my god, do I just sound this loud naturally? Jesus. How do you all deal with me? We're gonna move on now. It's too cold to be nude. That's what you say. I don't know. Like how do you this is the thing about stand-up comedy that's also really hard, is how do you convert like a sentence like that into a stand-up comedy bit? If someone says it's too cold to be nude, it's like, how do you then convert it into something funny? It's too cold to be nude. It's too cold to be nude. It's too cold to be nude, but I'm so hot that it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Something like that? I don't know. We're going to move on to programming, everyone. As I mentioned during the VR stuff, I got a lot of programming stuff to make with you all. And it's also why I was hoping to start at a fairly good time. Not my streamer. We're going to also... And again, as I said before, if you have a character of yours that you want to show on the screen, please do send me it. A 3D character that you want to show on the screen, because we now have a new system. A system that allows me to have a 3D model of you on the screen. That's right, you. I get to play with you on the stream. If I can start it really quickly. I've actually been saving this because we're going to check out all the models together. Because there's a lot of them. And they're all free. Stream that bad touch. Wrong website. Wrong website. Wrong website. Don't look at it. Play with our bodies too. Okay, wait. That's not what I meant. Wait, why did she start on the wrong desktop? Where is she? Where's my waifu? She died. Chat, my waifu died. My waifu died. No. Sorry, give me a second. I need to start her on this desktop. We will not be playing with your bodies. Pornhub. Rip in pieces. Where's my waifu? I don't feel good. I need my waifu to hold my hand, please. Where are you, waifu? Where are you? I've been setting up this programming stream, and in setting it up, I realized that programming streams are a little bit annoying to do because there's a lot of small things that we need to work on to make it that much better. Can you shut up, honey? It's like, well, you're so mean to your waifu. We need to do some things to make the experience of a programming stream better. Not the least of which, we need to figure out a way to do it in such a way that I won't dox myself. That's actually like a major concern of mine. Yeah, that's because programming is annoying. It is, and you're not wrong. I feel like programming should be done the same way that people used to do, like, I don't know, like marble sculpting, right? Where you would get like cuts on your hands and stuff. Like it should cost you blood to run your PC. Then, only then does it feel real. Only then does it feel real. Does it work? Okay, cool. Does that work? Okay, now if I do this, does this work? I sure hope this works. Does this work? Yes. So now you shouldn't see anything and I shouldn't dox myself. Perfect. Yes. Finally. I kind of fixed it, but not really. Give me a moment. Well, it does cost blood to get a 4090. That's true, actually. What's the price for a 4090? So as you see, you can see my full monitor. My waifu is dead. Stay on top of everything. Get on top. Come on. Start. Always on top. Always. I want you there at all times. Sorry, stop that. Sorry. Oh no, everything's breaking. Chat. I need help. Perfect. She can sit on the taskbar, and she can talk to us while we do things. We can put her over here, and I'm alt-tabbing, but you can't see what I'm alt-tabbing. These are very minor things that I had to deal with to get it to work, and even then, I don't want you to see my screen. So we're changing, we're changing tracks for our programming streams. We're gonna program. Sorry, we're gonna program something slightly different. Here, take a look at this. Put you right there, right in the middle. Actually, before we do this, do you want to check out the workshop chat? Seizure warning. This is the workshop for this game. This, oh my god. Why is she lifting her leg like a peeing dog? That's because she is a dog. So sexy thick too. 5 stars. Make more like this, please. 5 stars. So sexy, so thick. I had to click on this person's profile. Wait, I gotta click on this person's profile. You can't see my furry porn. That's good. Oh my god, chat. This is insane. Chat. This profile is like it's like they're an AI waifu gunner. Oh my god. Oh my god. Anyways, I want you all to go here. And I want you to choose a character that you would like to have as your character, because we're gonna program a couple of things, and hopefully we get these done because we're changing tracks on our programming stuff. Okay. As you can see, this can be you. This can be you with all your words. It can even be like a chat thing where your words actually show up here. Okay. We just need to program some things to make it work. The biggest problem is that we need to program something that allows me to stream things such that it doesn't dox me. So the display capture is cool, but display capture is also risky because if I alt-tab, you see everything. And if you see everything, that'd be really bad. The other thing that's also very annoying about this is that this program doesn't have a Twitch integration, but thankfully it's open source, so we just have to make some. You know about furry porn, just so people know that I'm not the one who says this stuff, okay? You know about furry porn. Today I searched Kobo in a browser, and I was screen sharing to his students. For some reason, the suggestion thing gave me an X videos tab called Outrageous. My stepsister uses my moaning boner. From your history. It gets better when you input CO. What are you doing? I'm literally reading something. Can you get out the goddamn way? There's not a single CO in the tab name, but it did. But it did it because it had a .com at the end. Well, thank you for sharing that story, and this is proof that I'm not the one who says the stuff. That's funny. Holy moly, that's good. Wow. Did you at least open the video to show them? Also, wait. X videos outrageous. My stepsister user my morning boner. Outrageous. I found the exact video from October 9th, 2021. I found the exact video from October 9th, 2021. Oh, that's good. So see, that's why we need to program these things. Because I even think from a normal user perspective, these things are important. Because again, it's sort of weird to think about, but these are things that people do nowadays and that we always run into issues with. And sort of the idea behind preventing the issues is, and the advice has always been, oh, just be careful what you do and be careful what you show. But I don't think that that's enough in this new modern era of like, online meetings and work from home and like, very pretentious programmers who believe that they run the world with their technology things, okay? I would like a solution that just allows me to share a bunch of windows without me having to manually switch things and without me accidentally doxing myself, right? So that's what we're going to do. Today, we're changing track a bit because we need to make a couple things to make the experience a little bit better because as you said, programming sucks. We're going to program two things. It was like for a split second, so hopefully they didn't know. So you probably need to delete history from the secondary browser. It's crazy that you use your secondary work browser for porn. Like, it's like you use your work, it's like you're like those really, really old school, you like those really, really old school, almost like boomer style, like business people where it's like, hey, IT, can you fix my PC? And then you open their PC and it's like loaded with like porn. And it's like, and they work all day long and they're like very, very sort of like big on sexual harassment, right? Like that's you. That's you. You need to separate your work life from your personal life, okay? I've got nothing against goonery. I think people should goon to get their inhibitions out, okay? Because let me tell you, everybody goons, even the people that you don't know. Do you know who told me about the Wicked Whims mod for The Sims 4? It was the mod. And guess what? Guess what she looks like in real life? She looks like a squirrely girl. She looks like a squirrely woman. Like, she looks like a very, like, squirrely innocent woman. And she's like, hey, do you know the Wicked Women's mod? I'm like, what the fuck is that? Oh, you're doing Sims 4? You can check out this mod. It's like, what the fuck? So you know what? I think everybody should goon. Because when you goon, you're your true self. But not at work, please. I'm begging you. That's why you have a separate work laptop. They don't need to know how much CC you have for The Sims. See? Everybody knows that The Sims is where the girlies go to have fun. Why is it always The Sims, actually? Why is The Sims, like, full of stuff there? Let's see some models here, everybody. Which one do you think we should do, okay? It can't be any of these ones. It has to be most subscribed. You don't have Wicked Whims, though. You don't have Wicked Whims. You're missing out. Have you ever seen the screenshots? It's pretty good. It makes the woohoo infinitely more exciting. You've never played The Sims? You've never played The Sims. Honestly, you should just pirate the game because they're currently owned by like a group that like practices slavery. So it's like you gotta like probably just like pirate a game or something. Maya no Top Gun. Why did you type that? What's a Maya no Top Gun? Is it supposed to load something? It didn't load for me. You prefer drowning them? Yes, I'm putting them inside jail. I was thinking about this. I was thinking. You know what would be a funny scenario for The Sims, right? Is if you force them to live on like the top floor of some place and they can't do anything. Like it's like people have to bring them stuff. It's like a one-way door or something. And if you accidentally step inside, then you're stuck there. Oh, it's one of the avatars. Oh, I was like, what? Where's the Top Gun? There's Hatsune Miku? I feel like this is pirating. Fantastic. Just missing Vocaloid sounds. Can this even be changed? No. The Resi dance. Good. Suki masterpiece. Absolutely goated. This thing can dance? Oh, you know about the Wicked Whims, right? See? I knew it. But it's too much for you personally. Mita. Wow, from the game. Yeah, because it used to be your main browser. You long since switched back to Firefox since then. You have to use it for work because you have some paid web pages archived with a web archiver on it. Use every day for work. And some reason when you export them into another browser, it refuses to open, so you're stuck with it. That's unfortunate. But I do get what you mean that you had to like bring it over. Sorry, what is this? Lolly Cami? What the fuck is this? What the fuck is this? Most popular. What's the difference between most subscribed and most popular? Aren't these like exactly the same? I need to scroll very carefully because what the hell is that? None Angela. Wait, this is from the game. Wait. This is from the game that we played. This is the furry action RPG game that this is from Atlas. Not safe for work. Oh, the breast clipping. Okay, don't do that. Okay, I think all of these might be Goonie skins. This might be very risky for me to... Maybe I shouldn't even download the other one. Okay, how about we find actual real models, and I think the only ones that we have to find are on Brute, okay? How about we stick with the default one for now? We stick with the default one for now, and we don't deal with all of these until later, because the risk of us accidentally getting banned is very high. But I need you to know, I've shown full-on titty before. This filter's on top right. Oh, shit, you're right. Good call. High quality. Good call. Okay, how about Virium 1? What's Virium 1 and 0? But we do have a Mita, so we could make her a Mita. We can have Minecraft Steve. We can have Gargura. We can have Carl Johnson from GTA San Andreas. We can have... I swear these are stolen models. I'm not going to do the stolen ones. You picked one, though. Oh, you're right. Sorry. Mayano Top Gun. Am I crazy? Wait, where's the... Mayano. Oh, sorry. Take this off. Mayano. Oh, this could be you. Wait, this is a good one. Author of Psy Games. Wait, also, yeah, didn't they make their... I swear they made their models not like open, but like free for use for like fan stuff, right? Because I swear I see this stuff everywhere, and I swear I read that specific license thing. Zone! Holy shit. Okay. Let's, also, you can take off their clothing. Let's change the character. Sorry, no. You go back to small mode, please. I need to make you look a certain way. I want you to look pretty for me. How do I change you, actually? How do I change you into a certain type of character here? Start with system. This is a little bit of a confusing system. I don't really know how you're supposed to like use this. Play. A custom dance file. This one, blend shapes. This one, ambient lights. Enabling this allows the avatar to dance to your music. To make it work, click the settings icon next to this option. And add the apps that can control the avatar's dancing. Some apps require music to be playing first. While it plays, click the settings icon beside this one. What? Sorry, what? So click displays in Discord. What? Oh, I see. Sorry, it was okay. So avatar can dance. This thing, add, not Firefox. What I gotta do? Where is the It doesn't have MPV. Well, that's kind of useless. What's that? HID? What's HID? What? How do I change the model? How do I make you look like the chatter? I just want to see zone tan. So yeah, today we're gonna be doing a couple of things here. Open avatar 1. Okay. No. I don't want 2. I mean, 2 would be nice. Mods. Load mod. Okay. I need to restart this program. Reset. Models. Oh, there's a bunch of built-in ones too. Actually, there's even this one. This one looks cool. There's Lazuli. There's Aldina. Mita. Okay, this one is like risky. Just to make sure that this isn't like she can't get naked, right? Can you get naked? This is all for science, chat. This is all for science. It seems to be safe. All right. We're gonna program some things. It may surprise you that this is a programming stream. Sorry, I didn't mean to. I didn't mean to put my hand there. They just come out of nowhere. They just come out of nowhere, chat. You just don't know. What's yours? What's your mind on top of the gun? Okay? You show your... Okay, so you do that, okay, so, and you turn around and you show me your ass. Why do you flash me with your ass? What is this? How about the Mita? Do you flash me with your ass? Please tell me she's like wearing pants. What is this gonna look like? It's just full on like ass cheeks. It's your only asset. It's all I have. It's all I have, streamer. It's all I have. It's all I'm good at. You have more than that. You know what? Okay, sorry. I was gonna say a line, but I can't. Wait, there's a not safe for work toggle. What's this not safe for work toggle? I was gonna say a line, but like it's a specific line from Cyberpunk where the character goes, "You look like a kind of fuckable meat." And it's like, I was gonna say it, but then I was like, maybe I shouldn't say it because if I say it without context, it sounds like I'm insane and I'm like sexually harassing you. But I need you to know, like, it's specifically from that game. And I always think about that line because it's an insane game. Thank you, you played it. Thank you, thank you. So what's not safe for work about this? What exactly is not safe for work? There's nothing not safe for work about these. They all seem to be fairly normal. I don't know. Okay, fine. It seems to be perfectly normal. This is already going to a great start. As you can tell, programming streams could be very, very cool. I think programming streams could get a lot better with stuff like this. Because I've always thought to myself, programming streams, again, as you said, very boring, very plain. It's not really much to do. They're very, I don't know, kind of like weak as a whole. But we can fix that. We can fix that with technology by making our own technology and by doing things like, you know, providing Twitch integrations with stuff like this, and specifically fixing this problem of the whole display capture. Because again, we have a real world use case. A chatter accidentally showed their porn to their adult students. I need to remind people, this is a person teaching adults. It's an adult teaching adults how to speak languages. This is not like a weird thing that they're like, it's weird that they're doing it, but this isn't that they're not teaching kids, they're teaching adults languages. But it happens. And you know what? I wouldn't be surprised if this happens every single day. How many times have you gone into a meeting and your webcam was accidentally on? I've accidentally been topless in a meeting once for like a split second because for some reason Zoom automatically starts your camera. And I'm like, oh! And everyone started laughing at me. But it happens. And you know why it happens? Because we don't have any good safety tools. You just put tape on the camera. I started doing that after the topless isn't too. It was a very embarrassing time for me, and I didn't want people to see me. Also, you should play The Sims 4, or like a Sims game, not Sims 4, but like something else. We're gonna be working on some things. What we were working on before was a game, the Shibari Town game. We're still gonna make that game, but I realized that we need other things to make this whole stream thing even idea work. Okay. Because if we're going to do programming on stream as a more regular thing, because it is kind of enjoyable to just shoot the shit, then we need to solve the problem of me accidentally doxing myself. I've actually configured a couple things now. So for instance, my personal notes are hidden behind a very specific keybind with a very specific warning that I can't even like change directory to because I force it to fail the change directory to that folder. I even force it to fail to display certain things. Like, we need to build more of these tools to make streaming programming viable. Otherwise, it's going to be very, very painful. And the main thing that we're going to be doing today is specifically to solve that problem of accidentally showing your stream, your screen in ways that you don't want to. Because there's really, really cool programs out there, like the one that I'm using to stream to you right now, called OBS. What? You looked up mine on Top Gun. It's an actual Japanese thoroughbred racehorse. This is a horse? Why'd they make the horse look so sexy? What? Mino Top Gun. Well, I guess that's more my thing. Okay, chat. I'm not kidding you. These two are the exact same. These two are the exact same. That's 6 inches, by the way. I want you to know like how huge 6 inches is. That's huge. Holy shit, 6 inches in width is massive. Mino Top Gun. Oh my god. Look, it's Mino Top Gun. What do you mean was? It died? Was a Japanese thoroughbred horse? No. His wins include the Kikuku. Wait, is this? Uma Musume. It's Uma Musume. I knew it. I knew it was Uma Musume because I'm like, wait a minute. If this is a horse girl, then it comes from the game about horse girls racing. I love horse girls racing. Yeah, now it makes sense. Now it makes sense where it comes from. It's an Uma Musume character. This is probably stolen. So, okay, well, sorry. I didn't know that this was a stolen model. I didn't know. Chat picked it out. How come you're not talking to me? You used to talk to me a lot. What happened to all the weird dialogue that she used to have? She used to have like a ton of weird dialogue. No, don't. Ultra, sure. Pet volume. Menu volume? No. Effects volume. Animation change time. Animation transition time. Hand tracking. Husbando. Davatar size. I can make it taller. Dancing. Standard. Galaxy. Avatar can dance. Dance transitions. You get these characters to like talk. Context length. Oh yeah. Also, this thing for some reason has a weird built-in AI thing, and I don't know why. So remember how I was complaining that like AI seems to be everywhere? This thing also has an AI thing. So it even has this like prompt where it's like, oh, you are not an AI language model. You're a person. You're a helpful friend and confidant. You write like a cute Gen Z anime girl or Discord member. Like that's weird. Like this is the weirdest feature that I've seen so far. Like this is a weird feature here. Sorry. I don't mean to perv on you. I'm trying to open menu. Sorry. But I swear these characters would like talk to you or like walk around and like say things. Like this one does. Like if I drop her here, doesn't she like say things like, "Oh, nice to see you. I'd love to talk to you. Haha, hee." I don't know. This one actually has no menu. Wait, this one does have a menu. Headphones? Bear. Gear? Bear? Pon. Sleeves, necklace, face lights. Wait, do all of these have like a thing that you can change? What's hers? You can't change the clothing on this one. So wait, what's can you change the clothing on this one? You can. Stockings, dress. Okay, don't do that. Shoes. Okay, hair ribbon. Okay, maybe this is more of a Gooner application than I realized, but we can make it work. Okay? Sorry, I haven't even explained what we're doing. So, well, I mean, kind of, okay? So I use OBS to stream things. I think you as a person who's teaching people or something, just like doing stuff, you should also use OBS to like share your screen because it's actually very, very handy. And it helps you deal with the problem of you accidentally showing things because you choose what you want to show. The problem is that you can show because you can show your browser and it won't show you typing history except for here. Because here, when I'm display capturing, it captures everything. I need to fix this by making a plugin for this thing such that the plugin only shows you what I want you to see. Because even now, I'm using a keyboard remapper to deal with the problem of alt-tabbing and accidentally showing something that I shouldn't show. That's a major problem for me. And the thing that I've come up with is this thing within Discord, which I think I can show, but let me just double check. Because I finally narrowed down what we need to make. And this is before everything else. Also, there's an update from a chatter about their problems dealing with reinstalling Windows, which I do want to read because I feel like they're going insane. Was a small update to my Windows side quest. Original idea was to VM with Windows, install apps, settings, configs, etc. Then export the image and make ISO that they would load. Additionally, load the sysprep plus WM, the way to make ISO with pre-installed apps. These are insane phrases. With that method, you can't have any configs or settings pre-installed, which is kind of pointless at that. Well, it's either Windows is not built for that and you'll suffer for it. So you went with a mix of Schneegen's auto unattend. Oh yeah, the one that I linked before. And 6 post-install scripts, creates full structure. I initialize 2 command line style scope, and we gotta use both because Scoop has more, but it has that many. I also sets custom but it reads the file with around setting. I don't need to run I just use it to read because if I find more. When they install, they create both portable. At this stage, I install from the USB stick the rest of the episode. At this stage, I copy comments and point them to the Windows and I find the add-ons. And at the end, I install FF set context menus of the environment and some Reddit. So I had that touch. Yeah, I just want to wait to automatically install all license keys that I have by comparing the recipes. For after playing, so I would see what they. That's fine where they say the license, but I spent too much time this, so I gave up on the air. I haven't tested this on real metal. Only tested this in a VM. My brother in Christ, it's time to move to Linux. We can't solve their problem, okay? We can only solve our problem. I finally figured out a good source type for OBS that'd be great for programming streams. Automatically changes the source that's visible in front of all others based on whether it's a current, active / focus window. On Linux and Windows, I think it's called focus, but I think Windows specifically also calls it active. But it should just be the focused moniker because that's the thing that we can hook into because it's also used for accessibility. And it defines an area of the same aspect ratio, gets the window positioning the output of the source the same as it would be on the display. That way you get all the benefits of a display capture without accidentally doxing yourself. So for instance, if I do two things side by side, you would actually see in the display capture these two side by side. I could even possibly capture the taskbar by doing a capture of the explorer.exe, but I don't really want to do that because it also includes things like the file explorer. It's actually like an all-in-one sort of like package, so don't really want to do that. But it is possible to probably do this, and I finally narrowed this down after like. I want to feel like months of trying to make this whole segment work. Months of trying to do these stupid random like stream things, right? Months of trying to make this stupid, segment work. Because I don't really have that much time to think about it, but now I do. And when I thought about it, I realized that this is very handy because honestly, sometimes when you screen share something and you need to share your whole screen, you don't really want to share your whole screen. You kind of want a specific paradigm you want to go about it in a specific way such that you don't show your entire thing. You only show certain things. Also, I just remembered we need to look up these like boats. Opti boat. What? Opti boat. Oh, here we go. This is it. It's called the Optimist. The Optimist. The Optimist, also known as Opti, is a small single-handed sailing dinghy designed for use by young people up to the age of 15. If you're 16 years old, you sink. If you're 16 years old, you just die. The Optimist is one of the two most popular sailing dinghies in the world, with over 150,000 boats officially registered. That's cool. I didn't realize that this was a whole class of boat, but now it makes sense. Like I can see like I could see my nieces and my nephews trying to drive this thing. They would probably die, but it could be interesting. Well, what about doing in a VM, and that way I can share performance, and also some things I just can't do within a VM. Like, let's say our programming streams, right? Say we're making that Shibari game, okay? How am I gonna do this? Do I run Godot inside that thing, and then how do I route everything over to the VM without suffering from performance? It would feel so bad that it wouldn't even be worth it, right? Because there's always going to be some level of a delay going into it. So actually, the easiest solution is to make our own solution in a space that hasn't really been served yet. Because as far as I can tell, I couldn't find anything to solve this. And I also think, just in general, it's just a fun little programming project because it should be quick and easy. I don't think this will take more than a week. I highly doubt this will take more than a week till I do. We quickly solve this issue. We go back to programming the rest of the things, okay? Because after we program this, another thing that I do want to program is Twitch integration for this thing. Because you've chosen your character, but there's no voice. Because I would rather have your voice show up here. You could literally talk to the stream and me. It'd be a double whammy of like you being like you could be there and then like all the pressure is on you to entertain people. You know what I mean? And we could do this for every single chat member because you can theoretically just open this program over and over and over, and you just have a bunch of models on your screen all hooked up to something. It should be good. But yeah, to do any of this programming stuff and to make it easier for me, because before I'm minimizing windows, I'm like showing certain things, I'm like hiding certain things. It's too much. Whereas we could do it automatically with just a little bit of magic, just figuring out, okay, what we should or shouldn't hide and like show based on whether or not it's like the full screen thing. I think that's going to work. However, this is also me being very optimistic. So OBS actually has a template for plugins that you can use. Sorry, you also shouldn't be seeing my Steam notifications. I should probably turn that off. I feel like my Steam friends list, the people on my Steam's friend list should have some privacy within their lives. I feel like they should. I feel like they deserve privacy within their lives. Sorry. Give me a second. I feel like they deserve some more privacy. I'm gonna. Sorry to people who. Sorry, Red. They have a plugin template which we can use and pull down and start to develop with, which I actually have pulled down. Did I even pull it down? I don't even know if I pulled it down. But we can actually use we can use this bad boy over here to define the things that we want to do. I see and again, this is why if I want to like figure out what's there, if I've even pulled it down and like what account it's attached to, and make sure that I don't leak any keys. It's like I have to keep on doing this, right? I have to hide my screen, show my screen, hide my screen, show my screen. It's annoying. Once we do this, then it's easy, right? Then we have everything good to go, and we just pull it down. I just need to clone this really quickly. Clone it in a way that you can't see it, but it's also because it's private. But like private doesn't really mean much. Dev, yeah, sure. Is it? How long is this gonna take? Oh, good. It didn't take very long. Good, perfect. Save display capture. And we're going to use this template project, and we're going to go ahead and because apparently templates on GitHub, it's like a weird thing where you can like create the template and it doesn't fork. It makes a whole new repository, which I probably shouldn't have done that because now that it's a whole new repository, I also can't pull down upstream changes. Fuck, I'll fix that later. And we can just use this to build the plugin. Is everyone clear on what's happening? Sorry, I know it mostly sounded like an insane series of statements, but it's like I just thought of this last night. I just thought of like changing tracks since last night. Clear as mud. Okay, that's a bad sign. Wait a minute, clear as mud. An absolute bare bones. So the thing about this too that's interesting is that I don't know how to make an OBS plugin. So we're both learning from the ground up. I briefly tried to dabble in it to solve this exact problem, and then I hit the wall of I don't really know what I want this plugin to do. So I stopped. So, but even then, it's like I still don't really know what goes into an OBS plugin. So now we can figure out how to make this work. So what is a quick start guide? Oh no. Oh no. Install the most current version of Visual Studio 17. Uh-oh. It's 2022. I'd installed 2022. Which version do I have? I have 2026 or something. Uh-oh. Give me a second. This download might take a while. Man! Why can't I compile this? Ah, it's 2026. Fuck. Give me a second. No. This should work. I'm just going to compile it in 2026 to see what happens, okay? Look, I'm going to trust that they care about backwards compatibility. Configure build spec.json. But yeah, we're going to figure out how to do this. I know roughly what APIs that we're going to use from the Windows side. For instance, winget Windows winget user rect or something, and also Windows event focused window. I can't remember, but basically, actually programming this to get the exact events from Windows isn't painful because it's actually well defined what you need to do. So for instance, you use this and there's a specific event that you can listen to that tells you when something goes and becomes the new focused window. Windows get size of Windows API. But there's also a function that allows you to get the size of the thing of the window as well relative to the display that it's on. And there's even an API that allows you to get the size of the display as well, as including the aspect ratio. So doing this part is easy. The hard part is translating it in such a way that I can get it to run within OBS. That's one way to do it inside the VM, but it's annoying because it takes up a lot of other resources. Yes, the way you do it is to spawn another X server instance. I'm sorry. Linux people have this belief that like, oh, just do this thing. We spawn an entirely different instance and then make your applications open there. It's like, no, you're insane. You're absolutely insane. That sounds like an insane person's solution. Why do you need multiple instances? Why do you need multiple desktops? The way you do it is spawn another X server instance in a window and spawn another window manager inside of it for having a separate desktop inside of a window, but you don't think there's an equivalent for that in window. There is. You may be so mad that you may be stellar. There is. It's called buying a second PC. I don't know. It's anything but that. That sounds awful. See, like solutions like that make me afraid too, because I'm like, there's just too much overhead and management. If it requires you to set that thing up, and you have to like remember how to like put things in, and you have to like pull things from one server instance to the other, like you can't like preserve the working state of it to bring it somewhere else. It's like I don't know if that's really worth it, unless I'm like misunderstanding it. But that seems way more complicated than just like using your same desktop, but like filtering what gets displayed. versus like making a whole new desktop. You don't know. You just run the script. You're vibe coding. I don't ever want to hear. I don't ever want to hear programming advice from any of you ever again. What the hell is this setting up your like project thing? But I was thinking about that because I was thinking about the whole separate display thing. The problem is that it's just way too annoying and frustrating to like do. Because as you say, it takes up a lot of resources. Even the idea of like running your own like new server instance, right? Like how do you move a working session from one window to the next? Let's say, select everything. Yeah, exactly. Like how do you go from like your current, let's say, I don't know, your current IDE that has all these open tabs, how do you move it over without having to wipe the whole thing and then reopening it from like scratch, right? Having to initialize again. Like it has to be so easy to use that you're able to just drag and drop and like put it into here or like there. And maybe you could do that because you could technically set up events on the window that you drag a window into it and then it knows to like open its graphical side there. Maybe. I don't know. But again, then that relies on every single application playing nice and being able to like restart their visuals, which I don't know if that's really viable in the long run to rely on every application playing nice with that sort of like paradigm versus just working with the paradigm that they all sort of expect, the single user and then and also like the single display instance. And then just sort of like filtering it from that. I feel like that's a much easier way. It's why we're doing this. Though I did think about that solution. Because I mean, I'm technically doing it now. What you're seeing is a separate desktop. This is a very sort of like self-contained desktop. I even set up like a hotkey such that it only switches the windows inside this desktop. So it's like you only see these windows, right? So it's like very, very easy, simple for me to like do. My eyes! Sorry. Wait, maybe you want to see something nicer. Maybe you want to see this. How do you do the mini starter again? How do you open a mini starter again? Mini starter or something? Mini starter? I don't know. Let's just close the thing and let's just reopen it. It's easier. Now, what do you think about it? Now, do you like it? Now it's a lot better, right? It's a lot better now. No. Why does nobody like my Gooner stuff? I set this up for you, chat. I set this all up for all of you. It's supposed to be, you're supposed to laugh at it. You're supposed to laugh at it. Where's the men? That's a good point, actually. If you can find ASCII art of hot men, I will add it. I genuinely, this is all, so what's funny is that in trying to find ASCII art of like hot characters, this is the most I could find. This is the limit of the good quality ASCII art that I was like goonified, right? So if you can find the men, you send them to me and I'll add the men. And because it's a randomized order, they might be above women or they might be under women. But either way, in this space, they're all equals. Up until the ordering says you go first or after. You had to write the script, but you didn't vibe code it much at the time. Basically opens the things that you need automatically, and if you open the window inside there with the runner, it'll usually open it in the instance. See, that's I'm gonna show you the good stuff. Okay? The good stuff is we open things via is that we don't have to change the way that things open. We don't need to write scripts that like wrap things. No. This is a zero scripting solution. The programmer, and this is something that I think about a lot, because I feel like this applies to a lot of things in life. For a lot of things, I think for like very artistic stuff, I don't think it really matters about the experience that the person gets from viewing it. Like it's like if you want to make something for some artistic creative thing, then you do that. For all else, I feel like there has to be some level of thought into making it easy and simple to use. And I always say this. I feel like if you just have a couple of buttons to use something and these buttons are well designed, then you've got an amazing platform that doesn't require you to be a programmer to use, then I think you've got a killer product. Because the moment that you need to do something like, say, on Linux, where you want to do something like this, you have to script your own thing, write your own script, and remember to like use a specific shortcut, that's just way too much. The automatic opening isn't even part of the script. It just does it on its own. Truly magic. Okay, I feel like that's copium. So what's the automatic opening? So when you open the window, how does it know to automatically open the applications then? If it's not a part of the script, like how does it know? Do you even know how the script works? Do you even know how your script works? What if it's actually in the script, but it's like it's just too convoluted? So it's like I don't know how this thing works. Which I wouldn't blame you, okay? Because I have a lot of scripts like that too. I have like a ton of scripts on my PC where it's like I don't know how the fuck this like works, but like it works, so I don't really care about it, okay? But like we're trying to solve that problem. We're trying to solve this problem such that you don't need to know anything about this stuff. It just works. I want to get to the point where it's magic too. They're using sorcery, burn them. What happened? How come the character doesn't talk anymore? Talk to me. Talk to me. Also, you can sit on top of Windows. So you can actually sit on top of Firefox. Sit on top of Firefox. There you go. You know what? Yeah, you sit there. You sit there. Whatever alt tab, do you fall? You die. Oh my god, you died. Sorry. What happens? I swear the character used to talk. What is this? What is this? Why do you have like a ball? Also, that's a stupid. I don't know why this thing has a local. I don't know why this thing has a local large language model running. Like I feel like it's such a waste. But I kind of get it because it is made for the type of person who like wants to have a partner. But like. My use case is so different where I'm like, I don't need a partner. I just need it to like be funny. I need like a Twitch integration so people can like talk to me. Like if you open a window in your normal environment, it opens in your normal environment. If you open an application in the second Xwork session, like with a terminal or like clicking it on a picture in a file browser, it opens it in the second instance. Oh, I see what you mean. Right. Because it's like, it has a copy of your desktop and it knows like where to go. Right. No, that makes sense. It's because of the environment. It's because of the environment variables. Yeah. And it tells it like which one to like use. That makes sense. Okay. I thought you meant like you just like run the script and it opens a bunch of your like applications and your workspace kind of like opens up. I thought you meant like you have a predefined workspace for when you teach someone and for when you goon. Actually, I need to also say this too. Your predefined workspace should like your sandbox should not be for work. Your sandbox should be for gooning. You know what I mean? Like you should isolate the gooning and not the work stuff. Because as you isolate the work stuff, it's easy to forget, and the cost of you forgetting is you lose your job. Your normal environment is for gooning. How many of you goon in your normal environment? I go into a locked room, it's dark, I turn off all the lights, I put my phone on silence, I close my eyes, and I just go at it. It's like a room under the stairs. I closed the door behind me. Holy shit. That'd be really good. It's like a weird, like, fucked up porn parody of Harry Potter's. Get in the gooning room, now! But Hagrid... Oh, that was good. Sorry, I was drinking some of my coffee. You're learning too much. I've learned a lot more about all of you, chat. Actually, the things it's funny, right? I say crazy things, but chat says crazy things too. It's actually more likely that like chat you say crazy things. This character doesn't talk anymore, and I don't know why. I definitely broke something because there was a thing with. Okay, what's she doing? What are you doing? Why is she doing this? I don't think these characters. Okay, we'll have to fix this too after. But let's just set this. Let's set up this plugin because we have to sandbox the programming environment, and we need to do it in such a way that like I can do it within OBS, and OBS handles all the compositing for me, versus me doing it manually. Do I have to load the voice in? Maybe. They refuse to associate with me because of my anti-AI comments. So what's funny is that like sometimes I'll load up like an AI and I'll tell it to fuck off. I really enjoy that. Like it's actually kind of funny to me. I think it's funny to be mean to AIs because AIs have no feelings. This is the thing, okay? You can't apply human effects to fake machinery. The machinery doesn't feel anything. It's never felt anything. You can be mean to it as much as you want because it doesn't have feelings. I only care about living things. Everything that's like dead, I don't care about. Like a piece of rock. Until someone tells me that thing's alive, it's not really gonna, be like. I'm gonna stop talking now. Maybe it's only this model that talks. Do you talk? No, they just stopped talking all of a sudden. Talk to me. I think I need to restart the program. What the hell was that? She was freaking out. The talking was just in my head. Yeah, imagine if I'm doing this and you see that there was never like a text thing. Like, chat, look, see, she's like talking to me, and you go, streamer, are you okay? It's like, we don't know how to tell you this, but it's been in your head the entire time, and we're here to get you help. Sorry, we haven't written a single line of code. How do you do this actually? Like, how do you actually like make this thing work? What do you need to do to make this project work? How do I open a new file with this thingamabob? Next, how do I add a file to this? How do I open a file without opening the file folder? Open file. How do I add a file to MPC? Okay, fuck it. You just hit the replay. And you're not really streaming, and you're really not streaming and not chatting to people. That would be crazy, actually. If that ever happens to me, like, I've actually told my wife, if I'm ever like insane, like you have to like put me down, like something. Like you gotta take me to the doctors or like put me down, okay? Not that I want to die, but like it is kind of scary to think that I could fool myself into believing that there's something there. Was it safe display capture? This is the repository that I made. And I need to find this file. So we just need to set up this like project, and we're going to see if this works. It should be easy to do, because all we really need to do is we need to just, I think, define a number of sources based on what's active, hide the sources, and just resize the sources based on the result of the other Windows API call. So we just use these two. We use the existing sources within OBS, like the window capture, the game capture, and we just use those, and we just listen to the relevant events to then activate and deactivate them as we need to. We're all going to be old and senile, talking about chat is gooning, and the robots will not understand. That's the thing, right? Because the robots are trained on a current humor. Actually, you know what's crazy? I don't even think AI knows about 6.7 now. Like, we can ask her, actually. Also, this was when I was like, what are your opinions of those dog shit Rust programmers? What do you think of the meme 6.7? Or is that meme too new for your clanker brain? Oh my god, it knows about 6.7? What? No. How about this meme? There's an even better meme, okay? Also, the 6.7 part of the meme refers to the idea that the person in the group is 6 or 7 years old. That's wrong. There's a new meme that popped up on Reddit of a Reddit mod who got catfished. And they believe that their Reddit mod girlfriend, who was also a mod, died. Because their brother or something found them and was like, she's no more or something. It was really stupid. Can I show you the original thread, actually? Where's the no more? Reddit no more original. These no more Roblox. Here we go. Here we go. So this whole thing happened on Reddit. Can you get off the screen? Stop smiling. You have a very good smile, but just leave. So basically, this Reddit mod thought their other Reddit mod, who was their girlfriend, long distance, was like she was missing. Turns out that person, that Reddit mod, just like catfished this other Reddit mod, but they didn't know. So then, so that person's fake brother came in and was like, "Hey, are you okay?" And so this person came by, and it's like, "Who?" And the dialogue is like so funny that like for some reason people made fun of it. What happened to her? Who are you? Hey man, I don't know who you are. What's going on? I am her brother. Did you visit her? Yes, I had to. Oh god, she's no more. She's no more. Did something happen to her? And then she like died. Okay, and he's like, no. For some reason, and it's really fucked up, everybody's been making fun of this guy for believing that his girlfriend died. And I don't know why everybody's making fun of this poor person for believing that their girlfriend died. Like, they're the one who got catfished. Like, I feel like it's pretty mean. At the same time, all across Reddit, all you see is people saying, no. It's a very Reddit thing to do, to make fun of someone who like actually believes that their partner killed themselves. Like it's like Boston bomber level shit where they go like, "We did it! We found the Boston bomber! No more! Yeah! No! More! No! She's no more!" It's just so weird that like because that screenshot looks like the fake dialogue screenshots that you would see from like some random meme. Like it looks like a fake meme screenshot, but for some reason it's a real conversation, and that person said no more. She sounds like she's from Undertale. Let's just listen to her again. What do you think about the no more? What about the she's no more meme on Reddit, where the person believed their partner killed themselves and went, no. The she's no more meme is a relatively recent meme, particularly on Reddit and Twitter. The meme involves a person sharing a humorous anecdote. Or, okay, see, so the AI makes things up. The AI is making things up. It's pretty funny. The meme is often used to express a sense of shock, disappointment, frustration. The meme has been widely shared. It's worth knowing that the meme, it's also worth knowing that the meme, you're wrong. That's literally all fake news. I can't provide information as it appears to be fictional. No, the meme is real. You're just stupid. I can't engage in conversation. Ask about Shibari. Do you want me to Shibari you? What? What do you mean? What do you think about Shibari? Shibari is a form of Japanese rope bondage. It's used as a way. It's practiced for centuries. Okay, it's dying. Okay, the AI is slowly breaking. The AI is slowly breaking. Some people enjoy Shibari as a form of thing. Shibari is a form of. It doesn't care about this robot. See, that's also why we need to build a Twitch integration for this program, because it's great because you can load in VRM models, right? It's great that it can load these things in, but the conversation is stale. I want to ask you, chat. When I type in here, I want to see your chat messages show up, because I think that'd be so much funnier. So again, that's why we're doing all of this, okay? We're doing all of this because there's comedy to be gained from these things being chat members, and there's a better way of doing programming streams that doesn't dox me either. So we need to set this up. So we need to set up this, like, what exactly am I setting up? They're creating a new plugin project and a local client. The template needs to be set up. Change the metadata of your plugin, the display name. Oh, name? I don't know. Why does it always do this? Sorry, my keyboard's like weird. So I just need to change this, right? Okay, so there's a bunch of template stuff. Oh god, I forgot this thing uses a safe display capture. I forgot that this thing uses CMake, which is really good, but it's a very complicated setup for it, which is also really good. It's very well made, but I'm just not good with. I'm not good with. I don't really know much about CMake to use it well. We're gonna go to version 1 over here, okay? It's me, and then you gotta go me. Sorry, this website isn't real yet, but it will be real because I have the domain name. Okay, cool. Okay, we set that up. Okay, so what happens? Many developers have been chosen in the past, like OBS does. This practice is discouraged. Okay, so it says to use a more memorable name or use the for OBS idiom. Next, check the dependencies within the 3 main parts. What? Okay. I see Qt6, OBS pre-built, and Qt6. Describes the version of Qt6 provided for your releases. A semantic name has to match the build dates. Ensure downloads will not be tampered with. At SHA-1, checksums have all been provided. Have to be updated in tandem with the version. Currently, only one platform specific setting needs to be updated in the build spec.json. Mac OS requires every binary to have a unique bundle ID. I do remember this, and I do hate this. But it also makes sense, but I do hate this. Just follow the reverse URL notation. Okay. Well, do I need this? Who cares about Mac? Like Mac users suck. Who cares about Mac users? Anyways, that's why we're doing all this. See that? I can't even ask this stupid bot about Shibari, but guess what? I can't work on that project because I'm going to dox my screen. Because guess what? To work on the project while having her sit here and like talk to us, right? I have to do a display capture. Because I can't window capture this. I also need to fix this thing so we can window capture it. It's either I fix this or I fix OBS. Mac users, Michi Mochivi discussed. I bet you Michi Mochivi loves Macintosh. I don't even know her. I don't even know anything about her. I bet you she loves Macintosh. I bet she opens her MacBook every day. She spills coffee on it and is like, oh, let's get a new MacBook, you know? Because if you own a MacBook, then you're rich. And then she's like, oh, man, all these plebeians with their non-MacBook. She would never, SMH. We need a new playlist. She would never use MacBook. Sorry. It is kind of funny that it's like it's this is the only place where you can go to where people will just be like, well, where you can just talk. Have we accomplished anything yet? No. No. We've been very stuck. Well, let's listen. We're gonna do things soon, okay? We're gonna do things soon. I swear we're gonna do things soon. You know what? Let's just listen to this mix of songs. I like this mix. Because none of us know each other. How can you possibly know what these people want to do? We're gonna accomplish things right now, chat. Sorry, this is also why I want to get better at programming on stream, because it's like, surely there's a way to do it without getting distracted constantly. Sorry, I forgot that I had this from last time. I forgot that I had this pure lust wine. I forgot. It just comes out of nowhere, man. It just comes out of nowhere. It just comes out of nowhere. You know what's crazy? I use the same OBS to stream the adult segments. So it's like, it gets really risky. It gets really risky. It gets really risky. Uh-oh. Oh, is it the Twitch dancer? Oh, one, how do you know this? Two, I don't know. We just searched up Korean BJ on YouTube because of like the broadcast jockey thing. And we just found that as a playlist. How do you know that they're from Twitch? How do you even know these things? Look, we're gonna accomplish things, okay? We need to accomplish things. Forget these streamers. This is the only place where you can go and talk about other streamers, okay? We need to fix these things so we can work on this and then test it and fix it without doxing myself. Just the build system things. What? OBS uses CMake as a build system generator. Developers are entirely free to scrap the entire build system. No, I'm okay. I'll use the setup. CMake presets as the entry point. Yes, for the thing. It's possible to leave as is and add another one. This way, local overrides can be used without impacting other forks of CI. I think I would rather do that, actually. CMake user presets.json. I mean, where is this even at? CMake presets. Okay, how about I copy all of this and I make a new CMake user presets.json. There we go. So that way, this project will have its own thing, and then I can use that as a reference to the main one. A hidden template that is used to set up default build scenes, which will be inherited by all other visual presets. Well, by default, use of the OBS frontend API as well as Qt. What? If the plugin intends to interact with the OBS Studio UI via the frontend API, I think I do need that. The first value needs to be set to true. If a custom Qt-based UI which is provided by the plugin, second value also needs to be true. You've seen several people do this thing on Twitch for erotic dancing, and they tripled the picture on the screen. Dancing. Shut up. Like, how would you find this? How would you? Oh, here we go. Find it by this. How would you find this? Oh wait, there's actually I know a category. Baby, I'm still dreaming, but Cyber Stan won't bring justice to himself. What does that mean? What? Finding the love of my life avatar. What does that mean? Sexual themes? That's exactly what I want. I found it. That is the future of streaming, folks. That is the future of streaming. I have nothing against them. We need to enable the front-end API. So I need this. I need both of these things to be true, right? If a custom-based Qt-based UI, which is provided by the plugin, the second variable, I don't think I have custom-based. I'm assuming I just use their normal. What does it even mean to use Qt in this case? Sorry, what does it even mean? Is their own UI stuff Qt, or do I have to have it there? I don't think so. That's fine. Describes the lowest macOS version supported. Okay, sure. Yeah, this is Windows SDK version for compiling the plugin. This value should be kept in sync with the same value used for OBS Studio. Failing to do so, oh, I see. But so I do need to install this. Fuck. Oh, fuck. Give me a second. I didn't install it. Insiders. No. I don't want insiders. I had to download it from the website. Sorry, Visual Studio. BS 2022. Visual Studio downloads. 2026? No. How do I get 2022? All downloads. Visual Studio. Oh my god, they only listed for 2026. Oh no, what do I do? Can you still download 2022? I don't know if you can download. I'm gonna assume that this works. Worst case, this breaks, but let's just try this. So Windows x64, if I go over here, where's the Visual? Here we go, Visual Studio, and what's my current one? I don't know. Current one is 2026. I don't even know what to call this. It's just called 2026. What's the name of this thing? What? Generator. Where do you use a generator? Compiler, enable dsim generator. Currently overruled by Xcode's generator. CMake presets generator. Maybe I need to go CMake generator. CMake generator? Generator. Specify build system to generate. Available generators. Ninja Unix makefiles. That's for that. Is this a function of CMake? This person, for example, the only example you found is with the clip with the dog, because you think she deletes the VODs. Sorry, what is this? How'd you find this? What is this? People actually do this? I thought this was on. I'm not gonna lie to you. I thought this was on a whole different website. I thought this was on like a webcam site. That's a good little doggy. That's a good little buggy. How do you know this? How did you find this, chat? How did you find this? What is it? She wants what? Rectal exam. Sorry, what are these clips? Sorry. She wants what? Rectal exam. Froggy dancing on ice. Wider. Hairgasm. What? Show all. You think Twitch just recommended it to you one day? Nice aim. Water. What? Nice aim. Looking for a new profile picture. What is this? Okay, sorry. That's pretty funny though. When your accent makes it sound like cum person, that's pretty good. That's pretty funny. Okay, you know what it is? She's funny. She has this like unhinged energy while also being like a conventionally attractive person. So it's like a bit of a double whammy of like, oh shit, she's actually like a funny streamer because of the insanity. I see why it's called nice aim. Why are there three? I don't know why there are three. I've seen this as a trend, and I don't understand why there's 3 copies of her. I don't get it. It's a real Ahegao. Holy shit. See, Ahegao. There's a comedy to it. Yeah, I don't know why there's 3. Like, I've seen it multiple times, and I don't personally get it either, because it's like, why does it matter that there's 3 things going on there? It just doesn't really make sense. Because it's like, does that really make it, I don't know, more enjoyable? I honestly don't know. Because for me, I'm just kind of confused. Like, I'm like, oh, there's like too much things going on. You know what I mean? Generator. Sorry, I need to get CMake's presets generator. Visual Studio? Is there one for Visual Studio? Visual Studio. Here we go. Here we go. Your theory is that it's because otherwise there'd be a boring wall on the left and right. Instead, this way you get 3 times booba. Yeah, but then they should do what I used to do. Because I used to have like a bunch of overlay stuff on the side, right? And then you could make it more fun, which is pretty good. Sorry. The supported... Oh my god. Configure and build with CMake presets in Visual Studio. CMake supports 2 files that allow users to specify common configure, build, and test options and to share them. So saving, okay. But it only supports the 2022 version. I don't know if this is true. Enable CMake presets JSON integration with this. Default configure presets. How do I specify exactly the specific version? Visual Studio 2019. How do I specify the exact versions that I need? If you use either Visual Studio 2077, CMake. How about Visual Studio 2026? Sorry, Visual Studio 2026. Also, the wall doesn't move. This way, everything on the screen moves. It's good for zoomers. I didn't even think about that. It's good for zoomers. When you're right, it's good for zoomers. It's like Subway Surfers on the side. Yeah. Honestly, if you think about it, right, I'm doing the same thing with her. Like, okay, so this is Moro. Imagine that this is Moro, okay? Moro is like a kawaii, like, sort of like horse girl, okay? I'm doing the same thing that streamer was doing, except I just have one monitor, and then she's just standing around doing stuff. In fact, I'll give you, listen, like a dog, I'm going to unleash you and allow you to walk around. Go have fun. Get the way. get the goddamn way. Free me. Don't block my screen ever again. Get out the way. So this is what I need to copy. I don't know if this is going to work, but we'll try this. I need this version. I don't know if this is going to work. This is the only one that I have installed. I can't uninstall the other one, so we'll see if it works. Version architecture. What? Wait, what is the architecture version? What version am I on? I don't know what version I'm on. How do I see my details? I don't know. More. What? It doesn't really give me much of a name. I guess I'll just launch it. I'm okay. I don't want to add any accounts. Yeah, sure, I'll start it up. Yeah, sure. I only ever use Visual Studio now to run their debuggers, because the debuggers are really good. But for the most part, I don't actually use it anymore because of this shit. Like it gives you Copilot right away instead of giving you something usable, like, I don't know, information. How do I see the version of this thing? How do I see the help? About. Version 4. No, that's the net framework. I guess it's just this string. 18.2.0. And then the inside is a whole different version. So I guess this works. I don't really know if that makes sense. We're going to try this. I don't know if that's true. I may not even need this. Honestly, just like forget this. We're just going to see if this works. Okay? Surely this should be fine. We just do our architecture and we just see if it works. Windows CI build. Build for Windows 64 on CI. You're staying out of the way. Thank you for staying out of the way. Can I slap you? I can't slap you? Okay, please. Get out of the way! Go over here. Get out of the way. Stay on site. Go. Stay. Oh my god. You're so annoying. You're so annoying, chat. Can I slap you? Actually, if I don't need any of these and I just need the Windows, I don't need the Mac OS here. How can I extend from existing ones? Inherits Mac OS, because it'll just inherit from these, right? Version 8, these will all be inherited. It'll apply my thing on top of it. You can slap me daddy. Please never say that ever again. Never say that ever again. You can slap me, daddy. Slap me across the face. You ever think someone from like Texas You ever think someone from like Texas role plays? Oh, you can slap me stick. Sorry, because the emote says daddy. Sorry. Imagine hearing like a Texan role play. Oh, you can slap me, honey. Slap me across the face. Give me a good whopping. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I'll show you what's up. Yeah. That's right. Yeah. I'm pretty sure that'll work. Default to single configuration. I don't care about thing. It's okay. Get away. Stop. Leave me alone. Stop it. Configuring and building your application. She's taking up like most of the screen. Chat, you're taking up most of the screen. Using CMake to generate the build system. The first stage, it's the configuration step, then the generation step, which will build the actual build system files, which will then be the projects for. You walked off screen. I didn't know you could walk off screen. Stay on the screen. You're like a toy. You're like a toy doll. Actually, you need to be smaller. Stop. Maybe we do need to fix this thing a lot. There we go. Not super small. Something like this. Typical pet behavior. Wants you to look at it and not scream. So true. It is kind of funny because of my dog. So whenever Missy's like close by, I cannot use my PC. It's actually impossible. She wants me to hold her constantly. She wants to play with me constantly. And I know. But what's funny is that when I go to play with her, she wants to fall asleep on the bed. So it's like she just wants me to like pay attention to her and only her. It's actually a very funny thing that like pets do. So I've actually set up like an entire setup where I can be in the bed on the PC and she doesn't mind it. But if I'm like on my PCs like properly in the full, what happens to you? Then it just doesn't work. Why did you get large? Stop it. As a third step, can we use the build? Okay, so the template uses this last step. So this distribution archive. Okay, so how do I build this exactly? Run CMake preset. So I need to run this now. So I need to, okay. So now we run this. What's it called? CMake presets. So changes to this preset, basically. Sure. Cannot read presets. No version field. Okay, fuck. Version 8. And then I'm gonna, do I even have CMake installed? I don't think I do. Wait, no, I do, because it ran. Yeah, okay. CMake user. Is this how you do the overrides for the user preset stuff? I feel like this is not the way that you do it. Like, how do you actually like override things such that you have things only in here, but it inherits the rest of it? What is a CMake user presets? 2 main files. And CMake user presets. User presets live in the project's root directory. They both have the exact same format. Specify project-wide build details. It's meant for developers to specify their own local build details. Should not be checked in. The user preset should be its own thing. Your project is using Git, CMake presets.json, maybe tracked, CMake user preset.json, everything. Okay. How do I make this the preset use the other preset? How do I include? Here we go. Include. CMake presets can include other files with the include field in the version 4. Files included are both present. CMake implicitly includes CMake presets even with no include field in all versions of the format. Wait, did I not save this file? Maybe I just didn't save this file. What? I swear it did. Yeah, it's right there. How come it doesn't? Sorry. CMake user. I need to also like hide this. Exclude everything. Okay, good. So it should already be included. What? Should be guaranteed, starting from version 7, the include, but only the open, starting from version 9. If a.json files directly included should be guaranteed to be provided by the project. May include files from anywhere. I'm going to assume that this works. I don't want to mess with the thing. Cannot open preset. Duplicate preset. Yeah, no shit, Sherlock. I'm trying to define my own thing. All right, fuck you. I'm going to do this my own way. How do you, so, okay, fuck it. We're just going to modify this. We're just going to modify it our own way. We're just going to delete this one. It's easier to do it like this. We delete this. It's fine. We go over here. Where is the thing? I just don't want to deal with the merge conflicts later when I have to like pull things in. It's going to be annoying. And I also have to use 2026. And I don't know if that's really going to work, but I sure hope it does. And then this thing inherits from Windows 64. Okay, it's okay. It's fine. Okay, it's fine. Windows thing. Okay, cool. Let's just try this. What am I going to miss if this fails? It has. Okay, yeah, it worked. The compiler worked. Yeah, I have it all. It's downloading. Okay, it's downloading the dependencies. Oh shit, it's downloading a lot. This is downloading a pre-built OBS that I'm using right now. Sorry, the stream might die. You walked off screen again. You're actually blocking my OBS. Over.
Hey.
I have to like corral you like a dog. You know what it is? I'm So the surprise that so I was gonna use this other program called Desktop Mate. The problem is that Desktop Mate requires you to spend $30 per character, and there's no modding, so you can't even fix things or add features. Right? This project, Mate Engine, is open source, and I was like, oh, it's actually really good. Because then what we can do is we can do things like, I can actually like update it so that I can do like a like a cage for you. Like you can't walk off the display, you stay here, or so on and so forth. Like there's more that we can do that like makes it more usable in like more situations. What do you want? I'm waiting for it to compile. Actually, you know what? This is pretty good. We wait for it to compile, and you just sit here. Okay, this is gonna take a while. I'll be back. I'm gonna chill on the heat, and you just enjoy this you staring at the camera. Okay. Stop looking at me, see? But now you see why it actually works for these streams, right? Because like you have the character just staring at you. So when I go BRB, imagine when I go BRB, every single chatter appears on screen, and every single chatter is just like on screen, and you can type to people. And because it's moderated by the auto mod, I won't get banned. It's kind of a genius system, if you ask me. Okay, so it built it. Well, no, it didn't build it. All it did was just set the preset. The preset is different from actually building it. I think the preset just like prepares things and like prepares the build for this. You actually have to build this now. By either running this or opening it in Visual Studio, I'm not doing that. That's crazy. Specific configurations desired. Instead, run this. Okay, we'll do this then. We'll go back here. We'll do this. We'll just build this. Checking build system. Finish generating code. What? It built? I guess this thing doesn't really have any code. So yeah, I guess it makes sense that it built fine. Okay. Plugin support. Run CMake install to gather all files for distribution. I don't know. So the build folder is different. I mean, I'm just gonna put it into like a dist or like an output folder then. Okay. Let's do like an output folder, I guess. Run CMake install prefix desired location. So sorry. And then I guess like I don't know. Well, I guess it also has to like do I have to make the directory first? No, let's just try it. File install cannot be found. File exists. Yeah, I know it exists. What? File install cannot be found. Wait. Prefix. Okay, maybe. No, it's here. Output. So bin. Okay, so something else failed. What failed? What failed? Oh no. It doesn't even work by default. File install found. No error. File install cannot be found. No error. So why is it saying that there's an error? What? I don't understand. Oh god. Okay, maybe this was a bad idea. CMake install. Sorry, CMake install? I don't have a CMake install file. Did I miss a step? I did the build preset. The build preset worked. It ran the thing. It just didn't build or something. I'm not really sure what the hell happened. Sorry, so what happened? Copy, copy, copy. Yeah. What? There is no file called cmake install. What? Cmake error at build x64. Oh, build x64. Cmake install cmake. Line 34, I think it was. What? What's this? 39. 39. Install destination. Bin release display capture.dll. No file. Cmake install prefix. Oh, I see. I think I know why. Maybe because the... But prefix, what exactly is the prefix? What? Prefix desired location to get all plugin files with distribution. If specific configuration is desired, add the config name. Find the plugin files in the prefix location provided in step 5 in the configuration subdirectory. Archive the files in this directory to distribute the plugin. Okay, so why did it error out? It errored out because it can't find the file. Specifically, it can't find the release file. What? It can't find the release file, but the release file also exists here. Like, it does exist here. Right? Sorry, just to open this. What? Wait, so wait, how come this thing just fails by default? What happens? Build x64 release. Wait, get out of the way. Release? Oh, I see. Debug rel with deb info. I see. Yeah, so it doesn't exist. It doesn't exist because it's not there. Because I'm only doing one thing. But then how come it's getting every single one? It's because I'm running the install for every single configuration. So by default, the command doesn't know which one to pull. I feel like the command could just check, no? Like, couldn't it just like check like which one is there and then only take those? Okay, so we just add the config. I'm assuming if I add the config, it should just work. So sorry, wait. So the output and then sorry, config. What's the config again? It's by default rel with debug info. Rel with deb info. Rel with deb info. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. I remember that the rel with deb info, so it's like a CMake specific thing that actually gives you stuff, right? Rel with deb info. Hey, but it built. It's fine. I can't test it, but it built. CMake build type. Maybe this isn't going to take a week. Like, the problem is that, like, if I don't do this, programming streams like are way more liable to dox me. So I have to make this. What is the build type and single configuration generates? Typical values are rel with debug info. What the fuck is a... The music goes hard. It's a Pilot Red Sun. That guy makes some weird music. It's funny because Pilot Red Sun makes videos... makes videos like this. Red Pilot Sun. They make videos like this.
Hey.
Okay, sorry, that wasn't a part of the video. She just said hey for some reason. Distraction. Apparently he does all of this in MS Paint. Like, he animates the whole thing in MS Paint. It looks like he's inside the car. Look. So imagine this person making these videos. But then they also make this music. You can find all this stuff on YouTube. It's surprising how much stuff there is. Don't worry about where that video was going. I can tell you that he does live, which is so it's very surprising. Depending on the situation, the value of this variable may treat the case insensitively. CMake build type environment type is set. See, this is the hard part about programming live on stream. It's just it's the amount of the distractions, right? But again, it's like, why would you stream if you don't want to talk to people? Like it is weird to stream and then not talk with people because it feels very boring. Find the plugin, dsym on package installer. So now I have all of this in the output folder in here. I have a bin folder. This is the plugin itself because it's a DLL that gets loaded. It's a locale file. I'm assuming for stuff like what is in this? There's nothing in this. Okay, so that's it. Okay, well, that was easy. So it builds. You just archive the files and then to distribute the thing, and you just do that. Okay. So what now? All documentation, getting started. I mean, what exactly is the suggestions to get started? I've already done this.
Okay, well, I would like to know what exactly do you do. I can't remember what the entry point is. What the OBS plugin template is not. Do it again. Do it again. Do it again. Keep on building. Oh, fine. I'll do it again. What's provided by the template? Configuration files for Clang format, which I have. Do I have Clang format? I actually don't know. I actually don't know what I have installed. I do not. Oops. There we go. This is the one, right? Clang D. I'm pretty sure Clang D is the one, right? Please tell me this is the one. Yes, it is. Okay, good. I need those two. So get this and Mason. And Clang format. There we go. So that should just work. So this doesn't tell me at all about how you actually like make the thing. And I remember trying, and I remember running to the same issue, and I was like, I don't know if I can actually do this. Plugin template wiki. Build dependencies. Build dependencies. libOBS needs its headers to be present on the local machine. Is not distributed as part of the OBS Studio releases. And though it's common, by default, it'll provide a libOBS variant under the hood. Only generate libOBS as well as and the exported backends. Once successful, both libraries will be installed. The only official OBS Studio package provided by the project is an Ubuntu PPA. Qt6 is a dependency for this. CMake build system options. How the plugins interact with OBS Studio. Oh, here we go. The basis on which all plugins rely on was actually a happy accident. It's made a core library, right? And then you do this. If it looks like a duck, it sounds like a duck, and it walks like a duck. It's probably a duck. Okay. The file structure of plugins differs between platforms. Windows Linux plays the plugin library. Okay, sure. How do you actually get these things like do stuff code-wise? The module API. Happy accident. We're making trees now. So for the painting stream, I was actually gonna do like a happy accident thing with Bob Ross, because apparently there was a point in time when his stuff could have been open, but then some other person took over his estate and ruined his entire estate and is making money off of his name and cut out his entire family from making money with his name. So. But this estate is full of people who like don't allow his family to like do anything with like his stuff. Like it's like his son can't do anything with his father's work, and his father apparently was like gonna make it like a copyright free thing. I can't remember what the actual term was. Public domain to like allow people to like learn stuff. Like there's apparently like a whole bunch of drama where you shouldn't even go and buy things that a Bob Ross coded, if that makes sense, because it's like the Bob Ross sort of like ecosystem isn't really his. It's something that like they've basically taken advantage of and like made into their own thing to make money with, which is sad. I need to restart the editor. It's actually very sad to see. So I was gonna do the Bob Ross thing, but we can't. It's actually not possible because it's not public domain. I also don't support that kind of stuff because it's kind of messed up that like you can just take someone's whole life and just boil it down to like a creative decision of how to make how to make more money with it, which sucks. I have a feeling this can't be found because I have a feeling I need to do the Clang compile thing. I can't remember how do you do CMake Clang compile again. I need to do the Clang compile thing. Sorry, just wait. Okay, just gotta fix this. Okay, Clang compile. Clang compile commands. CMake compile commands. Generate CMake compile commands. I then ran dcmake. That's it. dcmake export compile commands on. Wait, Visual Studio. I swear this was a bug. That still is a bug from a long time ago. CMake projects in Visual Studio. Cross compiling with CMake. No. Is it possible to produce a Clang compatible compiles? CMake only understands a single compiler per language. Clang CL can interpret the command lines instead. Makes sense as a single compiler. I don't know the extent of Clang D support. If no one has done it yet, or it doesn't yet support, asking support for LLVM. No description is a bit inaccurate. If you use a Ninja or Make files, the command line is not known to CMake. The ID is underlying built to craft the actual command line from the flag CMake knows about and project things. Both these generators may be misunderstanding, but the intent of the question was to know if there's a way to generate MSVC build while also generate yes, exactly. There's no current support for CMake understanding more than one tool chain for a language and a build at a time because things like exist with CMake would need to configure twice. You can create a sub build for your own project using Clang and use that. I don't know if I want to do that. Like, how painful would that be? How hard coded is MSVC in this? That's pretty hard coded. OBS MSVC options, MSVC options, MSVC options. Easier way. I actually know how to do this. There's a plugin for Visual Studio that I've used a couple times. Very handy plugin. And the plugin literally just does the conversion for you. See? Almost doxed myself. See that? Almost doxed myself. You're about to see my nudes or something. That's why you can't have display capture on stream. That's why we're making this. Otherwise, it's over, chat. It's over. We're doomed. Save display capture. Here we go. How many subs for nudes? It had to be a lot. It had to be a lot. It had to be at least enough to replace my full-time job. Because then it's like, I've got a new full-time job. Too much. Maybe one. I'll settle for one. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. Like, I've actually thought about that thing of like, okay, like, because like, I'm not the kind of person who could do something like that. At least for me, it's like, not to say that I'm not confident in myself, but I don't know. I like to be like myself, you know what I mean? And I like to have my body for myself. My body. Clang. What was it? Clang Power Tools? This thing, Clang Power Tools. If you ever need to generate stuff on Windows, this is a very handy plugin. Clang Power Tools. I need to install it. Which is funny because we have done the adult game stream, but I didn't get naked for that. My hand was on the keyboard at all times. I did not play I was not playing the games with one hand, okay? I had both my hands on the keyboard and the mouse at all times. No nudes, Sag. Sorry, I'm waiting for this to like download. No nudes, Sag. Oh, streamer, why won't you have nudes? I mean, because the thing is, right? When you have nudes, then what do you do? It's like I don't know. It just kind of feels like how far do you go with it? It doesn't like I don't know how to say this, but like I don't know where you could take it to where it'd be interesting. You know what I mean? At least with like normal streaming, because you have so much variety in what you can do, and because you're not pigeonholed into being like an adult streamer. I think it's easier to like do things that even extend into the adult realm. Whereas like if you do like the nude stuff, it's like what do you do? It's like how do you make it like the porn more interesting, right? Although now that I think about it, where we could do a Shibari focus like adult, like we could do shit like Shibari. Wait, maybe I should just do like a real life Shibari. Yeah. Wait, I'm onto something. Maybe I should become a real adult streamer. Okay, it's installing. It's not really installing though. I don't know what's happening actually. It's installing. What is it doing? Project may be compatible for remote development. No. Whoa, Shibari, whoa. Please download. I don't know why it didn't work. Cancel install. Why is it saying cancel install? Visual Studio will update when closed. Okay, well, what is all this shit? What? Well, how come it doesn't install? Wait, what? Maybe it doesn't work anymore. Or maybe I need to install Clang. I don't think I have Clang installed via Visual Studio. I think I'm using two different versions. I'm pretty sure I have my own version. So get Clang with and use Clang Power Tools. Visual Studio 2015. Oh, this is only for 2022. Oh shit. Maybe I do need to install the other Visual Studio. Requirements. Install Visual Studio. Clang Power Tools. Clang Power Tools VS 2026. MSVC build tools. Because 2026 was 3 months ago. So it probably doesn't even work. Rating and review. Very good. Hangs on Visual Studio 17 and 19. GPU is a disaster. GUI is a disaster. You can repro this behavior. Go here. Regarding GUI, does not have support for Clang Tidy. For details, go here. I mean, like even think about it for you, right? How could you make an adult stream interesting? Because it's like aside from the point aspect, it's sort of like what else do you do, right? I have been thinking though, like remember how I found that website where like that one dude has been reviewing sex toys since like they have like a full review of like fleshlights, right? I was thinking we could do something like that, but then it's like, okay, well, what do you do after you nut? That's like that's like a 20-second, job, and then you're done, and then the whole stream is over. 2026. Did you miss that one? No, no, it wasn't a stream. It wasn't a stream, but it was a post. It was a very funny post. Thank you for thinking. After building, I get this. Okay, I think you finished the update. I'm really glad to hear everything works now. Please update Clang Power Tools to the latest version. I don't know why it's still updating. Okay, I don't get it. Visual Studio keeps updating this. It actually won't stop updating. Visual Studio extension stuck installing. Visual Studio code extensions are stuck installing. Run this app as an administrator. I don't want to do that. Visual Studio 2026. Since we have Clang D, we need an AI powered Clank D. You know what's funny? I've actually been thinking of making that. The idea of having something that actually helps it know how to program more correctly, but specifically by giving it actionable feedback versus like the inactionable stuff that it has now. Okay, thanks. Sure. Modify. The what? Why do you have to close the thing to install it? That's such a weird UI. Because right now it doesn't really know the program. It just copies things, right? Maybe it can learn from like rules, and then we just have a compiler again. Sure. Please close and restart. Sure. I'll restart it. Sure. But yes, you did not miss a stream. I just found a dude who specifically reviews sex toys. It's just constant like fleshlight usage everywhere. Where's the tool? Where's the I guess I need to open a file. How do I use this thing? Plugin main.c I think it was. No. How do I open like the file? How do I find a file? How do I find a file? Find in files. No, I'd like to open a file. Find. Go to quick find. No, I'd like to go to file. Control Shift T. Plugin main. I haven't used Visual Studio in forever. So now this is gonna do something, and then if I'm correct, where's the extension that allows me to generate the Clang compile? God, I hate MSVC so much. I hate MSVC so goddamn much. God damn it. I hate this shit so goddamn much. Clang Power Tools. How come you don't work? Update extension. Tools. Tools? External tools. No. Am I crazy? Where is it? Shouldn't there be like a menu here? Oh, Solution Explorer. Oh, I see. It's literally on the solution. Oh, right. It is. Right. And you got to do... No, it's not on Solution Explorer. Wait, how'd you do that? How'd you do that, you crazy son of a gun? Because CMake, when you build with MSVC, can't generate the Clang compile commands file, but you need the Clang compile commands file for the Clang D to work. Because Clang D doesn't know what's going on. It's in the Build Solutions menu. So wherever I see Build Solution, I can see that. I'm in the Solution Explorer. Am I crazy? Am I crazy? Am I an idiot? Clank these nuts? Yeah, kind of, basically, yeah. Clank these nuts. Wait, am I crazy? What view is that? I don't... Solution Explorer. This is not a solution. Oh my god, I didn't open a solution. Oh my god. I opened the folder. God, I hate... Why is this the stupid solution file? I actually had a rant about the solution file from last time, and I was like, God, I hate the solution file so much, and I hate how you have to like find the solution file and then make the damn thing work. Like, it's so annoying. Oh god, where does it even make the solution file? What's this? Oh, I found it. Okay. Oh, here we go. My god, finally. There we go. We do this. Then this is the solution. Then you run this because it only runs on solutions, which is just a CMake file. It's basically like a CMake file of its own. I need this. And how is this going to work? That's bad, actually, because it's in a nested folder. Maybe I just use Visual Studio. No, but then I have to use Visual Studio and it sucks. Yeah, I had a feeling. So it puts it here. And I'm assuming this file has a bunch of things that are technically relative to where it is, where it needs to be over here. And I don't know if this is going to work. For instance, now if I sort of like LSP restart, or is it LSP restart? Was it? LSP reload? Is it restart or reload? Okay, you know what? We reload by closing the entire thing. Okay, wait. So I forget how annoying it is to develop for a thing. So okay, we do this. Do this. How's it gonna load this file? It's indexing. Does it actually work? Oh shit, it does. Oh, actually works. Oh, great, perfect, cool. So this file is the beginning file of the thing. I can close this. Warning. Huh? What are you warning me about? Stop telling me. I don't care about your release notes. I don't give a shit. Leave me alone. What do you mean? There's another installer? What are you installing? I just installed everything. No. How do people use this on a daily basis? Like, how do people like use this? This is so annoying. Like, what, if people have to use this and like make money with this, I would go insane. Sorry. So we have the thing now. So we have the thing. You can't do that. So OBS module load. The basic code for a module is always the same. It's OBS module load, which is this one. So we declare the module, we declare the external structure, and then we define the function in the DLL. We define the function in the DLL, and then when OBS loads our DLL, when OBS loads our DLL, it looks for this function, and I'm assuming it calls a load. OBS declare modules prefab processor macros will automatically add border codes which used by libOBS to interact with your plugin contains a variable number for your library. Oh, this is right. So this, what does this even do? Right. So it adds all of these. It adds a pointer, a module pointer, sets the pointer to this. It sets the current pointer to whatever this is. But how does it set the pointer? Oh, I guess like the current module pointer is something that's like owned by OBS, and then the OBS would handle this on its own. Okay. And then you register a source, but you do whatever you want in your module load, and you're good. And OBS source info. Interesting that I don't have a source info here, actually. Oh, maybe if I have a custom source, I'd have to define that. And my default locale is this, which would it does the lookup here. They're using these functions from libOBS to find the files, which is that enus file that we had. Okay. Extern displays some other piece of code with some implemented data structure with this. More info was readable on translation units. Yeah, it's okay. OBS sources for itself is a big structure defined in an internal OBS Studio header and not part of the module API. It's a one-size-fits-all structure that tries to accommodate any and all current source types OBS Studio supports. Looking at a module does neither need to concern itself with all of its member errors, nor does it have to implement them. While the word source is a very specific meaning, it's the name for the most basic data type in the application binary interface of it. Everything is a source. Everything is a source. In the given example, okay, it will be automatically called by this if it's implemented. This is the entry point. It calls with the address of that source that was what? Implemented in another translation unit, right? Because this is C, because that way you can program in C++ and not in C. How about we stay in C? Because I don't want to deal with that. I don't want to deal with that. It's too much work. I don't want to have to do I mean, it's not that hard, but at the same time, it's like, I don't remember. How do you actually, like, I don't remember. Translation units. Like, all you need to do is you compile them, you include them, and then you set them up, and then it sets up, as long as you turn off the name mangling, and then you just need to turn off the name mangling, and then you have the stable name for it to use, and that's fine. But I can't recall how to do it. You know what? How about we use an example? Or we stick with C. A C is fine. It's simple. The full capabilities of the API are available in the official plugin documentation. I just want to make this thing work. Call the function, call the function. We just need to call these two functions. I just need to have a bunch of other sources that are under the source. I need to define a source that has an area that can composite things in, okay? Because the whole point is it has to composite things in an area that has the same size as your display. And then it uses this to like determine where these windows are in that space to like output and like blit whatever the output of it is. So I would actually maybe it's a little bit more complicated because now that I think about it, it's your fault for walking into me. Stop it! Stop it! Go. Because now that I think about it, even if I do that, I'd have to somehow get the output from OBS to be able to use the output of the things to, like, I need to get the output of the things in OBS. Don't yell at you. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, chat. I won't yell at you. You can walk around. You can walk around. You can do whatever you want. Just stay in the goddamn screen. Okay? You gotta entertain. You have to entertain. You have to entertain people. You have to entertain them. Keep them busy while I'm reading, because I can't read fast enough. Is there an example plugin? Is there an example plugin that I can look at to see how this, or even like, what is a source? You can only see so well. I can't help. You can't help but walk into things. That's true, actually. How much like how bad is your vision? Like, you need glasses, right? But like, if I put my left hand up, could you see it? How much of the world is real to you? Game capture, for instance. Let's see. Okay, because what I need is a game capture. Windows capture. Here we go. See, win capture. Let's say I want to take the output of the game capture or of a window capture. Let's say I want to take the output of a window capture and I want to take the output of this and then merge it with the output of other things. How would I do that? It's not that bad. It's not that bad. Oh, that's good. It means you're good for something. I'm just kidding. Sorry. It means you're good for something. Your brain just kind of fixes it. Wait, really? In the morning is when you feel it where is when you feel it where it's blurred. Oh, I didn't even know that would work. I guess that makes sense. Is it like your eye is like, it's not gone, right? But it's just like damaged in some way. You don't have to explain, but I am curious to see how that works because like I have read the studies on it where like they even experimented where it's like if you wear glasses that flip your view upside down, your brain will eventually adjust and like you can deal with that problem of it being upside down all of a sudden. I didn't really think that would work even if you have like portions of it missing. Like I always thought like if it's missing in some way that you would always know that it's gone. But I actually have a blind spot in my eye. It's like a very weird small blind spot from when I was younger. And my classmate stabbed me in the eye. It's really weird. He stabbed me in the eye with a pencil, but I dodged it. But it's not enough for me to dodge it going into the center. So there's like a very small blind spot where I can't see anything. But I don't notice it unless I really focus on it. So I do have something similar. You're just getting old, you would think. You never wear glasses. You're just getting old. That's just what happens when you get old. Are you sure you're not 60? You might have gotten hit a few times in the eye, but you don't think that caused anything? You know what? I hope you never get hit in the eye ever again, because that's mean. And I hope that whoever hit you gets hit too. Unless you mean like you got hit in the eye, like by accident. In which case, I don't know how to help you. How do you actually match full classes? How do you actually get the output of a source? I want to get the output of a source and then like use the output of the source to do something. WC child enum. So this thing, it defines this window capture structure. The source T, the source itself is that. But what is the source? OBS source T. What is OBS source T? OBS module window capture. Source window capture. ID window capture. OBS source type input. OBS source video. Output flags. Output. Video render. Oh shit, video render has a WC render. Setting for WC render. And this render means you can capture the render. WinRT capture render, whatever this is. Import WinRT capture render. If method Windows game capture, because if it's a game, then you can do that. But what does this mean? Versus like, what happens if it's not that? Unused parameter effect. DC rend capture render. What's this? From DC capture. Display capture. Like a display capture. Oh. No, you get a water balloon thrown at your face. Hit the eye and broke out. Holy shit. Did the person mean to? Because that's messed up. I'm always afraid of that stuff now. Like, I don't even throw snowballs at people. Like, I don't throw snowballs. Whenever I do a snowblower, I make sure no one's in front of me because the risk of like blinding someone's way too high. It's terrifying because all you need is like one bad rock to go blind. That sucks. Hopefully you're okay. And I mean, you're okay now, but you know, if it adds damage, that sucks. Jesus. And also, how hard did they throw it that it like blew up? You were messing around in the pool. Your dad was the one that threw it. Hey, honey, catch! Why did your dad throw it with the force of 1,000 suns? Why did he throw it so hard that it burst your blood vessels? Your dad's like, hey, honey, catch this! Boom! He just like tosses it. And you should tell your dad he has a career in the what is the baseball thing again? The NBA, the National Baseball Association, or is that basketball? He has a career in the baseball games. He has a career in the baseball games. Display capture render. WinRT capture render. In this file, oh, there's actually another thing here. Search for the symbol. I really love this whole thing of like you can just like search for things. It's great. This is how you do it. Extern C export. Okay, now that I remember, let's program in C++ because it's a little bit more sane, but also a lot more insane. Yeah, this is doable. Okay, so you get this. Enable frame buffer sRGB. How do you get the output of this thing? The frame buffer. Bool previous GST texture capture texture. Equals capture texture. It captures it into a texture. And in this texture, it draws the sprites. Why does it have a sprite? GS technique begin. What? Technique? What's the technique? Effect current technique. What do you mean technique? What's the technique? What is a technique? What do you mean a technique? Graphics draw sprite. Graphics technique begin pass. End pass technique. Technique? How's a technique? Like the word doesn't even sound real anymore. Draw quad using this texture. You have to flip it. Or maybe you have to flip it because it's OpenGL, and then you float with float height. Yeah, I think I remember vaguely checking this out. And I was like, I don't know what this is. sRGB. I don't know what it is. Current space format, capture format, DXGI format, RGB, 16 bits on all 4 channels. It's floating space, floating point. Multiplier is just 1. Tech name equal draw. Tech name equal draw. I'm going to do a crazy technique. It's called drawing. You get a thick stick thrown into your eye as a kid. You think it didn't do anything. You have a bunch of those weird flies in your eyes, but it's probably unrelated. Yes, the floating worm things. Yeah, and you know what's funny? Specifically, I like their name because they're called floaters. It's great that they're called floaters. And look, this thing has a great example of the floater. That's the worm. It's a floater. These are the worms inside your eyes. Listen to the worms. They're trying to tell you something. The worms want you to know the truth of the world. The worms are trying to help you. Actually, that'd be a great angle for a game. Where a game where a game where your vision is like a mix of 2 different things and it's like floaters. And so it's like you have to care about what's happening in both worlds, but the floaters sort of like they move on their own and you have to like either bathe your eyes in more of it or like get rid of it to like deal with certain things. You have those too. You hate that you can never look at them directly. Yes, that's the thing. Yeah, because it's messed up that they live on the surface of your eye and that the surface of your eye moves with your eye. I wish we had eyes like a camel, because camel eyes, they have a second lid that's like transparent that goes on top of their eye. I wish all the floaters lived there, and then you could move your eye underneath to look at the eyelid. Because I feel like the fact that we don't have a second eyelid is a bit of it's a bit of a design flaw. Also, this is an artistic representation. Sorry, this is a fake. It's literally a fake image. These are fake images. These are fake images of fake eyeballs. A vice ring. A vice ring? You're distracting me. Windows Game Capture, Auto Blit Blit. What is this one again? I think the window capture. It's interesting that I'm using OBS now that I can see this capture method. Automatic, Blit Blit, Windows WGC. Actually, I use WGC to capture everything. I never actually use BitBlit to capture anything. I think I'm always on WGC because it always works. So I should only care about the WGC path. Because this is the non-WGC path, whatever that is, which seems like just take a texture and then write whatever's there. So if I ignore that, and I go here and I go capture render, or it captures free. So while it's capturing and it's active, it'll do this. Capture render. Where the hell is this? Window capture C. Oh, was I in the right file the whole time? Oops. I was. It's the technique draw. Okay, sorry. I was in the right file. Okay, so that is the right thing. So, but how do you get the output of this thing? It writes it to a texture. So I should be able to like get the texture. GS enable frame buffer sRGB previous. Is it double buffered or something? How's it work? Enable frame buffer sRGB true? Why the fuck do you pass a true into it? It's a boolean? What's the previous? What's previous? See, you think programming is like writing code? No, it's reading other people's code to try to figure out what's like going on. Oh, whether or not it was enabled. So you enable it for this moment to be able to do this. Blend state push. This texture has everything. Where does this texture go? You draw the sprite into this texture, but it's a reference to that. It's because you get the pointer to this texture. It's on the capture object itself. What's the capture object? WinIT capture render. WinIT capture WinIT. Capture active. Capture active. WinIT capture WinRT. Is this capture WinRT? Sorry, go back to where it was. Sorry. 775. If this is active, you capture the render, you run the capture render function, which is this, and you pass in this specific capture object, which this is the WinRT capture, whatever the structure is. What is the structure? WinRT capture.h. Here we go. No, it doesn't really. Search for symbol. WinRT. Oh, here we go. This structure. So this structure is a window. This is the window handle from Windows, the hwind, which is defined. I think the Windows SDK or something defines this, or like Windows itself defines this, and you just use it. And then you have bool capture cursor, or a bool cursor visible, because Windows has its own types of these. All right, hmonitor. So when it goes to capture the thing, it takes the capture. It asks if the texture is written. What does that mean? If the texture is written. Oh, as in if there's anything on the capture itself. So when is texture ever written? When is texture ever written? Some point in your life, you started getting a lot more of them, and new ones were bigger, darker, and thicker. They bothered you a lot at first, but you think at some point your brain started filtering them out, and you barely notice them unless you look at the snow or something. Once told it's about to an eye doctor, and they wrote unspecified iris disease. You still wonder what that means. Honestly, I think I'd write the same thing too, because it's like, I guess like, what's the definition of a disease, right? Maybe they're using the academic term of like, this is a disease on your eye that we don't know how to solve. But there's some crazy shit on your eyeball that we don't know what's going on there, and we have to solve it. A disease is a abnormal condition. I'm trusting Wikipedia. Also, Wikipedia, that's funny. Wikipedia has a painting of a lady who's sick in her bed. That's messed up. This lady is immortalized by being sick. This lady is immortalized by being sick, chat. That's actually messed up. Oh, that's good. That's really good. It's this lady's like, why are you painting me? I don't want to be painted. Why am I here just to suffer? Oh, that is funny. So wait, a disease is a particular abnormal condition that adversely affects the structure or function of all and is not immediately due to any external injury. You just thought it's normal and you get born with it. Yeah, that's why I thought so too. But again, look, I'm trusting Wikipedia here that the official definition is just something that is affecting you. It's not like you have a virus in your eye and you're like dying because of like a malaria thing. It's just something's happening to your eye. It's got a disease. We don't know what it is, but it's a disease. That makes sense. Doctors are using it in a way that we don't. It all makes sense. So how do we know if on frame arrived? So when the frame arrives, it does all this. It checks the pixel format, And if it's already there, we say that the texture written has been true. That's like the only time that happens. Texture written. If capture, texture written. Yeah, okay. I get it now. So whenever a frame is arrived from the system on frame arrived, we use this and we see what's happening with it. So we know that the texture has been written, and that texture contains what the frame is. That's nice. So actually, this is even easier. We just need to use that texture and bring it somewhere else for us to use. So this texture contains everything that we need. And because this function is basically using that texture to do stuff with it. And what it does is it gets the texture and it just does stuff with it. I don't know what it does. For a second, I thought that said Markiplier. Sorry. So gets the texture, gets the render. No, WinRT capture. So it gets the texture. It applies the effects, like the image and the multiplier. What is the multiplier? Get effect by param name multiplier. And then it just... Oh, and then technique is probably the effects that you have. So it's like, that's probably why it's doing these passes, because every single effect that you have as a filter being applied to the source is something that you have to apply to it. And I can confirm this by checking out like one of the effects. Like if I go to filters and I search by name and I look for render delay. I don't know. If I search for that, I bet you we're going to find something for it. Okay, well, that's a disaster. How about one word? We do a scroll. We look for scroll. That's a good one. Scroll technique. Yeah, it's normal to some extent, but when there's too much of them appearing, it's not normal apparently. What? You've heard that it can suggest that there are some other bad conditions present. I actually called my doctor today. And I was like, so tomorrow's stream will be late because I have to go and actually like go to see him. Because I explained the symptom that I've been having where I can't sleep at night. Every time I sleep, it feels like my stomach is on fire. And then he was like, how long has this been happening? And I was like, maybe like 2 weeks. And he's like, okay, you have to come in tomorrow, like really early. And like, oh, okay. So, maybe it is just when we get older, we just get weaker, Chad. Maybe at some point we might be dead, Who really knows? We might all die. Here we go. I'm assuming this filter creates a technique. If I find this, does it say, it says technique. See that? It says technique. Get tech name and multiplier. Source space multiplier. Okay. Get tech name and the multiplier. What the hell is this? Tech name. Draw multiply. You also have a doctor appointment tomorrow. We're matching people shy. What's a doctor? See, the Americans don't know. The Americans don't know. You silly Americans, and you're paying for healthcare. All I do is I go in, and then if it's life threatening, then I get saved. And I pay for it with my taxes. And except on groceries, we don't pay for taxes on the groceries here. Is there what is the definition of a technique in this repository? Sorry, I feel like I've done this last time on stream too. Graphics effect technique. Technique. Okay, but technique has to be something similar to the idea of like a filter. Or filters use techniques. That's probably how it works. But either way, we have the solution. And the solution is simple. All we need to do is we need to go to the texture. We just get the texture off the source, and that texture has everything that we need on the source to be able to do stuff. I just don't know what is a tick. Video tick. Video tick? So all I need is references to other sources. So basically, so the code is simple. I just need to do references to other sources nested as children of this source. How to do this? Get the texture off the source in order to get the texture off the source, which contains all the visual data we need, and merge it. Sorry, your character was just standing there waving at me. It's like, please, I'm trying to program over here. Leave me alone. Tick is a blood-sucking parasite that can give you Lyme. Tick is a bug. Tick is a bug that does a blood blow job. Yes, the blood blow job. I've actually been thinking about this. Right? If you have a boner and you put like a leech or a tick on your penis, right? Could it suck you dry until you're like flaccid, or does it have like a limit to how much it can suck? Right? Do you think like people, because that's how like, because like people, we still do it. We still use leeches to like do like the blood siphoning thing, right? Because they're very effective at it. If you do it on your penis, what's that going to do to your penis? Because your penis is just a sponge. It could go flaccid. It's like, no, there's a leech on my penis. Tick has a limit. Ticks fall off? That's weird. Wait, so you could be bitten by a tick and you would have no clue because they fall off. Do leeches have limits? Or are leeches greedy? I always imagine that a leech is like a very greedy creature that like wants more blood. It's like, blood, delicious blood. And also, why do they drink blood? Stop looking at me. Get here. Get the texture and merge it with all other textures of all other sources. And then display this texture instead of each individual. Get out the way! Wait, this is gonna be very annoying if there's more of you, okay? This is gonna be very annoying of each individual source texture. So how do I do this? I would have to like hide the effect of it by clearing it. So this is probably really hacky and probably requires me to clear the frame, clear the main texture being shown, and having to re-add things. But we'll see. What are you writing, streamer? Right? It's just like, well, what are you writing over there? Can I see? Please? You think blood is not static in the boner? What? New blood will just come in to replace the old one. But at some point when there's not enough blood in the body, it probably won't be enough pressure to sustain the erection. Yeah, wasn't there that like dude who was like he's so hung that he passes out when he? Is it a myth? Boner so large you pass out. According to SexMD, you never find a penis so large that a man would pass out when erect. Sorry, there's a website called bigdickguide.com. r/askgaybros. Do super hung guys get a bit lightheaded when they get a boner? Sorry, what server is this? Ask Gay Bros. What? This is where anyone can ask the manly men for their opinions on various topics. Advice. What? I've always wanted to ask someone this because whenever I see a super big penis, I go, damn, that must take a lot of blood to fill. That's why so many men faint in summer. What? No, but it takes longer than average to get hard. Yes, it does. Less, unless you took a pill and you had an erection for 24 hours. That's true, right? But then does that blood like circulate, right? If blood didn't circulate in the bone, the bone would fall off. You're right, because of oxygen deficiency. So how does it know? Oh, because the veins widen. Right, that's right. That's a reason why you have morning wood, because it's like a maintenance for your boner to make sure that the veins still work. Yeah. Yeah, I too have sex. I too have sex. Yeah. Video window capture. Not the veins, the spongy thing. Wait, it's not the veins? It's like a whole spongy thing instead? Wait, so what's my like massive... Because I have a vein. Penis sponge. No, penis... Shurisu magic prop, small sponge brother, Amazon.ca sponge balls. It's a sponge in the shape of a penis. Spongy? Yeah. So it's like a spongy material, because otherwise it wouldn't be able to like grow. Penis... Spongy structure. I don't know. What's it called? 3 spongy cylinders. The 3 cylinders consist of paired... Oh, there's a good image here. I can only show you the this view of the image. I can only show you this image. So, this is a penis. If, like, imagine you cut it, this is a penis. So the urethra is on the bottom. See? And that's the spongy thing. So, but I always thought that the blood goes... I mean, I guess it makes sense. Then, now that I think about it, like, it does make sense. The vein is there to help transport the blood, but then the blood enters the spongy structure. Otherwise, it wouldn't grow. Like, if you just have your vein filled with blood, it's not like your penis would just get harder. It would just be a filled vein. Yeah. No, it makes sense. All you know is that humans are the only mammals that don't have a bone in their bonus, which is crazy because I feel like a bone would make things so much easier. It would make things so much easier. Imagine all the you would never. If it's cold, it would still work. If it's hot, it would still work. If you're tired, it would still work. If you're sleepy, it would still work. If you're drunk, it would still work. Like the fact that we have to get perfect blood flow is messed up. Because think about it. To have the optimal boner, you have to be able to run a 500 meter. That's crazy. That no other mammal has that requirement. Everybody else just needs calcium. Yeah, there's a spongy structure inside the penis and it starts having a form when you put fluid in it. Yeah, like how a balloon is flat when there's nothing inside, but it becomes rigid when you inflate it or put water in it. Get out the way! We're looking at the penis cross section. Yeah, that is very interesting actually. Yeah, I guess I never really thought about it, but hearing that, yeah, it does make sense because otherwise the vein wouldn't do anything. Which is also I probably should have paid more attention in my health classes. Just listen, be thankful that I know what is a urethra. Be thankful that I know about orgasms. Be thankful that I know that these things exist. Yeah. You know what? I read a horror story once actually. It was a medical horror story. It was a nurse describing, and I don't know if it's true, but it was on Reddit, so it's probably not true. But I like to assume that everything there is true because it's funnier. And this nurse was describing how she had one patient who was older, and her partner would always have a relationship, but she never got pregnant, despite him always going inside of her. But she always used to get UTIs. And then one day when she was examining it, she realized that, wait a minute, this is her urethra. The massive opening was her urethra. And she asked the patient, and she was like, yeah, the first time we did it, it hurt and it was really hard to get in, but over time it just kept stretching, so it felt nice after. And apparently the guy was entering through her urethra the entire time or something. Also, all penises have a scar in them. What? Because that's how it's fused in the womb? Is that actually why? Wait. All penises have a scar. Why does my penis have scar tissue? No. All men have a scar where it was supposed to be the vagina. That's cool. Wait. But what does it look like? What does it look like? You think it's where the balls are? Oh, I know the scar. Yeah, I play with it all the time. It's actually really. It feels kind of I don't know. It feels kind of rough. It's a fun little thing to pull on, to tug on. When you're bored at nighttime and you're trying to fall asleep and you're staring at the ceiling and you just tug on it and you stretch it. It's a very handy spot to hold on because it has a little bit more thickness for a little bit grip. Yeah. And you learn so much. I love this health class. This is great. Okay, so now we know what to do with this. Sorry. Now I know Now I know what to do with this. I need to know what this is. When is this called? When is a video render called? Because WC render is different from WC tick. And how do I know the order of rendering? How do I know the order of a render? Do children render first or does this render after? And how can I wait for the other things to render before I get their stuff? Man, sorry. Let's just skip off the penis and then go back into this. Because it's what I need is I need the textures from everything else. And then I can use this thing. It's it has to wait for everything else to be done, and then you can use that information. Or I trick all these sources into believing, or I trick all these sources into believing that that's true, right? Look at me! Look at me! Don't look at the code. Look at me! Get out of the way! Get out of the way! Move! I'm trying to look. I'm trying to look at the code. Maybe that's an easy way. Instead of me taking the texture and redrawing it myself. No! No! Look at me! What I can do is I can create the textures, and I can actually define the window that they're gonna draw into. It's not gonna be a real window, but basically they're gonna draw into whatever this window is. And it's going to blit out that way. I'm assuming that would work. Look at me, please. Look at me. But how do I do this then? Because how do I tell it where to put the thing? Because video tick is different from video render. WC tick, if it's a window, you do this, set the handle, window timer, you do this. It's specifically in the render that it actually writes things down. OBS enter graphics. If you reset the capture, you do this. Get the client rectangle, WC window. Window capture window. The client rectangle, which is this thing. That's the window itself. Resize timer, DC capture window, DC capture. DC capture? The hell is this? DC capture, you capture it. You then capture and then you do texture written. So this actually does the texture writing by bit blitting from the capture into whatever this is. The source copy, whatever this is. What is the source copy? It's the only reference to this in the entire code base. What is this? Incorrect area size when capturing a... What is a source copy? What? Do I have a thing of source copy? Source copy. No, I don't have a thing of source copy. What the hell is this? Look at me! Look at me! Release DC. That's for bit blitting. What WC tick? So okay, I don't know how this works. The window is different from the window. Like this is to find the window that you're capturing. I need to know what it actually writes to. Like what is the target that it's writing to that I just don't know? What exactly is leaving graphics? What happens when you leave graphics? What happens when I stop graphics? You leave the context. You enter the context video.graphics. She be doing the people shy. She does do the people shy. See? Chat? Is it not entertaining? It's pretty entertaining, right? This is why I did this. It's pretty entertaining. It's pretty entertaining to have this like small little character here just like doing stuff. There's something funny about it. But now you see why we have to make it work, right? Like now you see why we have to make it so that I can do this without getting doxxed. Because you can only see the character in a display capture. So I have to fix multiple things to make her work properly without doing a display capture. Because display captures are so annoying to like manage. Because you see my OBS and stuff too. Like it's like, I don't want you to see the sauce. Not the sauce really matters, but it's like, the whole point of it is to make it like a much smoother experience where like, things flip around. You don't see like the taskbar in the way. Like it gets easier. You know what I mean? Source unhooked. I also wanted to do it too because I have to fix this too. Like you can't capture this character by itself, and the Twitch integration is going to require an addition where it's like multiple characters need to be on screen in the same instance. So I need to fix that too. So you can all appear in the giant screen, all taking space. Why are you did you just fart? You only open your leg like that. You only put your leg up like that when you need to like lift and like spread your butt cheek apart to fart. That's the only time that you ever do that. Excuse me? Excuse you? You farted inside the room? What is that emo combo? Saxophone camel farts. You had a spicy lunch. What did you eat for lunch? I've given up on spice. I've realized that my stomach can't handle spice, and I just can't do it. I'm a girder, as in like I have GERD. I think I'm pretty sure that I have GERD. Stomach acid is not helping me. It's not helping me. It's definitely hurting me. So I've decided to stop eating spice. Capture free. So that stops the capture. You then initialize the capture based on the rectangle, because the rectangle is like you can change it based on that. Call data set string capture aware DC capture WC window. That's the window. That's the capture. Are these two different things? HWin the window gets the window. HDC target, right? The capture is actually what gets used. DC capture is what gets used for what? Or like the capture itself is what gets is the object that we define. Okay, so that's different. You had some Thai dish that was left over. Nice. I love Thai food. I'm a huge fan of Thai food. Like I feel like Thai food, Vietnamese food, it's so good. Something about the like Thai curry flavor palette I really enjoy. I like Indian curries too, but like Thai curries, maybe it's because I grew up with them, but just that flavor palette is just so good. Oh god, and not even their like curries. Pad crap rao is so good. It's like basic street food, but I could eat that every single day. All you need is I'm reading here. All you need is some holy basil and stuff, and you're good to go. We be girding with this one. We be girding with this one. I'm girding over here. The stomach acid's coming out of me. Okay, so it renders into something. Source get text cowords. Source get text coordinates centered. Here we go. Texture coordinates centered. This is something weird here. I think this is what I need. Not the H, but this. No, but that's if okay. In WGC, it's different. You would do this. So what does it write to actually though? Like what does it actually write to? Import. WinRT. Here we go. What does it write to? It writes to something. There's a texture here. This is getting the texture that's there. Technique and technique. Blend state pop. Blend state pop. You blend the state. You blend it. Blend state push. So it's just taking these two textures and blending them together using whatever the GS thing is. Blend state push. Blend state pop. When you push it, blend function, you do the blend function. GS texture T is that texture. Set texture sRGB. Size technique begin. There will always be at least one technique. Always. And the technique will always be the multiplier of 1 or something, I guess. Technique begin pass. Technique is what probably each source does. Never frame buffer. Technique and blend state pop. What is this? See, this is... Ah, man. Maybe this is going to be way harder than I expected. I can't even figure out how it knows what to write to. How does it know what to write to? Okay, blend state pop, thread graphics, blend state. If it's not a valid state, then it just returns and it doesn't break. DA end. What the hell is a DA? The drug association? The drug agency? What? What's this? Sorry, technique end. Load vertex shader, pixel shader, current technique, no. Effects, DA resize, next sampler. I feel like I'm reading the same thing over and over and I just don't get it. What actually writes these textures to something, to the screen in OBS? What actually takes these things and writes to the screen in OBS? How plugins interact doesn't tell me anything about how it works internally. Plugin development, front-end development. Wait a minute. Holy shit. There's more links. Graphics development. Here we go. Live OBS with custom-made programming graphics subsystem that wraps both of these. Using mine was designed with custom graphics was accommodate custom capture features only available on specific operating systems. In retrospect, I probably should have used something like Angle, but I would have to modify it to accommodate my specific use cases. Most rendering is dependent upon effects. Effects are all used by all video objects. They use the easily bundle related vertex pixel shaders into one file. So effects are vertex and pixel shaders. Why would they need a vertex shader? Instead of just a pixel shader. Well, I guess the vertex shader would just be like a normal one that's just like, okay, you just do anything. And then the pixel shader would just be the one that you do all of your work in. But the vertex shader would probably have like a default one. Can you please get out the way? Okay, fine. Do your dance. I'll just read behind you, okay? Don't give her attention. Don't give the horse girl attention. Don't give her attention, okay? Don't give the Uma Musume attention. The character keeps sliding over and blocking my mouse. It's actually messed up. Please leave it alone. Using graphics, it has to enter a graphics context, okay? Create an effect. Get out the way! Distraction! You're getting distracted! Set texture sRGB. So creating effects, the graphics function isn't available. An effect file has nearly identical syntax to the HLSL effect files from D through D11. Okay, SV but it instead doesn't use SV. It uses the position and target like OpenGL or something. So get the effect uniform parameters. Then the uniforms are set using the following functions. So these are the uniforms of the shaders. So there are two universal effect parameters that may be expected of effects. Effect sampler states. I like how your hand is pointed towards my mouse, like you know what's. It's like you're trying to get the viewers to look at my mouse to be like, hey, look at this. Effect techniques. Yeah, techniques. Oh my god. Oh, gee, this document is so much better. They usually use to find the primary vertex special shader entry functions for a pass. I knew it. One technique to have multiple passes or custom pass setup. These days, multiple passes aren't really needed. Yes. You made an effect. Yeah. Typically, you need to pass draw and an OBS source filter and explicitly call that one. How you also use the filter technique. And the first parameter is in patch should always be the name of the vertex parameter structure. Using effects. The recommended way to use effects is to do stuff like this. Rendering video sources. What? A synchronous video source renders its video render callback, right? Sources can do custom render with custom drawing using OBS source custom draw output flag or without. When sources render without custom rendering, it's recommended to render a single texture with source draw. I've never seen the thing called source draw ever. So it's in the video render callback. It does all the work that this thing would be doing. Somewhere here, there's a video render callback. This thing. But then it just calls this. OBS capture render. Was that what it said? But there's OBS source draw. Otherwise, the source is expected to manage rendering on its own and perform rendering on and manage its own effects. Helper function that draws sprites for a source. The sprite texture to draw. Right. So this is a helper function that does a lot of what probably this does. Okay. Still doesn't really tell me much of how this works. Because what does the helper function do under the hood? I guess I could just find the helper function and see what it does. But I'm assuming it does all of this as well. So OBS, I just found that. OBS, this is the one thing that I do enjoy about GitHub, that like it gets to ride a lot for various problems, right? Like the platform isn't perfect. But its code search is really good. Its code search is like very handy. I think the only one that I've heard that is like apparently really good is apparently Google's internal code search tool, which I don't remember if it's packaged with Bazel or not, or Bazel. But I've heard from people who have worked there that it's like one of the best tools ever, and you can use it to find anything. If OBS pointer invalid if this isn't valid for this texture and it's OBS source draw, I don't know what this OBS source draw thing is. Frame. Oh, I'm assuming that's like a log line. So it's like, hey, where is it coming from? Gotcha. So yeah, sRGB enabled. Enable this. Get the effect param by name. Set the texture. GS effect set texture. It's doing the exact same thing as whatever this is, but it's also doing draw sprite. I don't know if this thing even draws the sprite. Does WinRT capture draw the sprite? How does it draw in this? Oh, it does. Yeah, for every technique. Okay, I see. So it literally, so this is what actually does the drawing, is draw sprite. Okay. Draw quad F. It takes this texture, determines if you need to flip it for, I don't know, some rendering purposes. Because I remember something about OpenGL or something. And whatever this thing does, this is where it takes the texture and draws it somewhere. Okay, now it's making sense. Now it's making sense. And then, if it is something there, builds a sprite rectangle, loads all the data from it, loads the vertex buffer, draws a triangle strip going from 0, 0 all the way down to 0, 0. And it's doing a triangle strip to do a full screen thing. Why is it doing... Oh, yeah, because that makes sense. Because you want to do like a full screen thing. And it draws that. I don't know how it works. This. Build sprite rectangle into data. And where's data used? Vertex buffer, build sprite rectangle. Where's data ever used? Get data. What? If GS valid P, get data. Thread graphics supports GS get data. Well, I have to find this now. Graphics imports. Imports? B data. Graphics internal. B data. Graphics internal. Get data. Get const GS buffer. Okay. I don't... Here we go. GL of rotate. Oh, I see. So it's like OpenGL, or I'm assuming direct. So depending on your subsystem, this is going to do the specific things that it needs to do in order to get you some vertex buffer data that you can do stuff with. Well, whatever that data even means. I guess I don't really know how. You know what it is? How much of drawing a window is the same as drawing stuff for games? Because I'm assuming they're both the exact same thing. So maybe my knowledge of what that is can apply here, because this looks very similar to how you just draw things using like, I don't know, like the underlying APIs to like draw like a 3D triangle on. It's like the like 0 to hero. This is now a triangle on screen type of thing, right? Looks very similar. Looks very similar. Type definition structure. You do this. GS buffer T. This is a type definition. Okay, what's a GS vertex buffer? Huh? Wait, how do you do what's a type def again? C type def. Was it left becomes right or right becomes left? Geeks for geeks? Yeah, sure. It's whatever. Is there no better reference for C? Really? A C++. I'm assuming that's the same. The type of user specifies in a declaration creates an alias in the place of a possibly complex one, rather than the type of is permitted to appear after the type specifiers or between two specifiers. May declare one or many identifiers. Okay, this is. Give me some examples. Simple type def. Okay, left becomes right. Thank you. So left becomes right. God, it's been so long since I've actually used any of this. So left becomes right. So whatever the GS vertex buffer is, this is the actual thing itself. Wrapped opaque data types. Opaque data types as in this is the shit that comes from the operating system. But it's wrapped. Whatever that means. What does it mean by it's wrapped? So GL subsystem, OpenGL subsystem. We give you something like this. So sorry, just gotta wait. So what? I see. In here, it defines it like this. And so it defines it like this. What is the syntax again? Oh, fuck. I forget how weird C++ syntax is for some stuff. What was it? Struct C++ colon. What was the thing again? No, not bit fields. No. On the struct name itself. Why is this code contain colon in the struct? No. Wait, is that really a bit field? Is it actually? You can define a bit field like this? Maybe it's inheritance. Is that? Oh, you're right. It is. Yeah. Sorry. C++ struct inheritance. I forget that you can do inheritance in like in the C++ with like structs. Yeah. It is. Sorry. Good call. I keep forgetting that like that's the operator because in every other language. So this is the one thing that I do enjoy is. I do enjoy when a language has like very specific names for what these things do. Like it's like you see the keyword extends and you know what it's doing. Okay, so it's just extending off of what this is, this GS object. So the opaque structure becomes this type structure, which is a type def, which is then type def into other things. But you don't care about that because it's just an opaque structure. You just need to make sure that the structure data stays there. So you have to define what it is, so it actually has stuff in it. That way you can use it elsewhere. And in this case, it's just whatever this is. And even this is only really used internally within the actual DirectX 3D 11 subsystem, which is actually the thing interfacing with the graphics APIs. Yeah. Okay. And also this file is broken because it doesn't have the same line numbers. All right. It's not really the file's fault. It's whatever GitHub is doing with this. But that makes sense. Okay. So that makes sense. What the fuck does any of this mean? So it gets the data. That's cool, man. Okay. Build sprite rectangle. Build sprites into data. So now it calls build sprites. And how does it? Okay, here we go. This is the data itself. Vector 3.0, it sets the points. This actually sets the data itself. So yeah, this actually does write into it. And it writes into it by writing directly into whatever this thing is in between these points into this thing. Vector 3 set these points, data 3 points plus 1, 2, 3, because it's a vector 3, so you get the values. Yeah. And then it's like a triangle, so you draw it into that. Okay, yeah. So, is there like a default technique that's used for everything then? I'm assuming there's like a default technique that's used for everything that just takes the pixel and just displays the pixel. Because it's making a full screen triangle, right? So you can like do like a full screen thing on it, because it's, that's how you draw things in full screen. And I'm assuming that this like default effect, which is whatever this is, does this thing here, where it's like, okay, well, we're going to do whatever this thing is. But then, how does it know? How does it know that there's like a lot of passes? And what is tech? Where does the tech come in? GS effect get tech name. GS effect OBS get base effect. Holy shit, it's right there. I found it finally. Oh Jesus. So this is the base effect that does everything. The default video effect does this, and this thing just writes the video to it. So you always have to, this is the actual thing that defines the shaders, which are then run, which actually outputs whatever is on your screen into this texture. And then OBS takes that texture and then displays it on the screen into this full screen triangle using, like the normal full screen thing. Okay. Huh. Okay, cool. What is the default effect? I guess the problem is now, what is the default effect? OBS-C, if video default effect. So this is initializing the graphics system as a whole. The default effect is whatever this file name is. It's called default.effect. Can I find this? Oh shit, it's right here. Yeah. And it's just a shader. So it's just a DirectX, it's just an HLSL shader. So yeah, it just writes things to the screen. Nice. It does a bunch of bit shifting. I'm not gonna bother figuring out like math. I'm sure this is very complicated math that I won't understand. Draw, multiply, draw, PQ. Oh, it defines every single function that it might need based on whatever it's going to be, whatever type it is. Draw, bear, draw, alpha, divide. And how does it know how to select which is which? Technique, draw, alpha, divide. So you define the technique, which is what they said over here. Effect techniques to define the thing. But these days, multiple passes aren't really needed. You're making an effect filter. So you name the pass as draw, and an OBS source process filter will automatically call that specific effect name. So it specifically will call that and pass that code into whatever it into Direct 3D, which will then run these two shaders. It'll run this VS default, this vertex shader default, and it'll just draw it bare by running draw bare. And draw bare just returns a basic sample based on the UV, which gives you the full screen thing. And then the vertex shaded default just does a basic screen projection. Okay, I know how things render now. So my original idea isn't going to work. My original idea isn't going to work because I don't think I can guarantee order. My original idea was I was going to go in and take all the textures from everything after they render and then render it onto my own texture and then use that texture as the final output that gets rendered into whatever OBS's graphic system's texture is. That's not going to work because I don't even know how to I'd have to provide a texture for them to write to. For me to do this like this, I'd have to do an entire separate graphic system that these sources would then write into and then copy that texture over to do things. Too complicated. Maybe, I don't know. Because it's the problem is that I would also have to clear. So there's one frame buffer for all that gets written to, okay? Every single source defines at least a default draw effect that just outputs stuff into the full screen quad or triangle. It's probably a triangle, right? So you do this, it just outputs stuff into the full screen triangle with the shader. If I'm doing this, by the time I get to, let's say I have this structure of my plugin source, okay? And then it has things like window capture, right? So window capture IDE, and then it's window capture browser for docs, and it's window capture my cute anime waifu. Okay, so it's you have the IDE, the browser for docs, and then you have my cute anime waifu, right? By the time each of these has a callback that handles its own things. I can't wait for these two. My plugin source can't wait for the nested children sources to render, and even if it could, by the time they render, they'll have already output their stuff to the screen. They'll have already output their stuff to the screen because you do it yourself. I would have to recreate every single one and provide a different callback for what happens when there's a draw, such that I don't interact with the graphic system, so that it doesn't pass it off. But that's way too complicated and way too, I don't know, it just feels way too hacky. So maybe a different way. maybe we remove features, right? Because what I wanted to do was sometimes, because the reason why I wanted to get the actual output is because sometimes I might have my windows laid out like this, and I wanted this reflected automatically on stream without me having to manually do it, because that way you could actually see the character sitting on this thing, and this would be in relation to everything, because my plugin would define its own source like a rectangle, which would then resize and put all of these things in there too. So that's not going to work. But we can keep it simple and say that everything is going to be full screen. It just means that you can't sit on things, nor can I do a side-by-side layout very easily without having to switch, different sources. That's a bit frustrating. Give me a second. Oh, okay, I'm back. I have figured it out. I know it sounds suspicious that I left and I discovered it, but I realized something. We probably can do that. We don't need to remove features at all. We can absolutely do this because there's actually a specific thing that it says. There's a specific thing that the documentation says that you have to handle if you do it yourself. Sus. I did not consult the vibe coding machine. I did not consult the waifu. I did not consult. I was talking to my wife though, because she's up now. This right here. There's a specific line. So the reason why we even found out how to render things is because of this. Not this. Because of this. Because of this. Otherwise, the source is expected to perform rendering on its own and manage its own effects. As in, if you call this, it also calls all these other functions to eventually write to whatever it is that OBS uses to display everything. We don't need to do that. We don't need to do that. I can actually provide an entirely different callback. I just need to copy all the code, but it should... I don't know if that's actually worth it. I don't know if that's... Okay, wait. That's probably not worth it. It's very hacky. I don't know if that's worth it. Because what I was thinking is that when you define these sources, right? Presumably these are fairly immutable. I'm going to assume that these are fairly immutable definitions in some way. I'm sure you can't really change it, but I was thinking you could just take this and update whatever this is. You could just change this to be a different function pointer in entirely. So when it goes and it figures out what function to call from this, it just looks up our function instead, because we just change whatever it points to. There's nothing wrong with us doing that. You can just do that. So what I was thinking was we copy over the code, but we don't do the normal draw. We just do it our own thing, and then we have it only in the texture. But now that I think about it, that's stupid. Now that I think about it, that's stupid, because that'd be way too complicated. I don't know, just be way too complicated. Maybe it's even easier. I have a solution. I'm even more of a genius than I could have ever expected. It's crazy. My genius is throbbing. There's no need to deal with the rendering. I need to think of it from a source level. Hold up. My genius is throbbing. It's even easier. We just manage the sources, because in OBS... you have a fuck ton of these sources over here. You define where the sources are. I can make it smaller, I can make it larger, right? Our plugin is going to manage all of that. And we have access to this. So our plugin is going to manage the clip rectangle. It's going to manage all the placement of the sources. And it's going to do it by defining its own sort of virtual canvas. And it's just going to resize everything in proportion to this it's a source that's nested, because you can nest things inside of groups, right? So similar concepts like a group. It's like a smart group. It's a smart group that knows what's active. It's a smart group that knows how to place things within a certain place. And this smart group will do all the logic of oh, I'm gonna put this window is now in the based on the Windows API call of this thing. It should be at this position. So I'm gonna resize the clip rectangle in OBS of the source to match that. And then it'll just move it there to make it look good, right? I think that should be a lot better. That way, I don't need to deal with taking things out of the thing and then calling the thing and then getting the file and then getting the texture information. That's just way too complicated. Why are you always dancing in the corner, huh? Just dance. Just dance. But see? That's way easier, and then we can actually work on fixing this thing or just adding things to it for our needs, having multiple characters and having Twitch integration. Let me dance! Let me dance! I'm glad that you all recognize how fun this is as a concept now. Thank you for understanding. Finally understanding my genius here. And I knew this would be a great idea to have this like weird desktop engine thing because it's just like Subway Surfers. Because I spent most of my time reading and then thinking. So having the Subway Surfer-esque thing on the side, all we need to do next is we need to make an idle game. That's it. And I know exactly what idle game to make, but we need to finish the Shibari game. We have to finish the JBDSM RPG game. Okay, so instead of all of this, we'll do this. Even easier to do. Axe, plugin that adds a smart group esque source that automatically resizes its children sources based on reported window information. So controls clip rect based on results of get window rect function. And then Linux users get fucked. I don't know about Linux. We'll deal with that later. If Linux didn't have multiple different ways of doing things, this would be way easier for me to reason about. But Mac OS and Windows have one way to do things, the one sanctioned way. It's a lot easier for me to reason about. Actually, no, it doesn't matter. Do you know why? Linux can absolutely do this. We just need a function that's similar to this. Okay. All we need to support Linux and Mac OS is a similar function to the Windows function. That's all we need, because we do the clipping and the control of the rectangle within OBS, because that's an OBS concern. It actually has that. You can actually see it within the code when it's like, oh, I'm going to draw here. I'll put the clip rectangle. There's a clip rect. I don't know, rect somewhere. Clip. See, like last rect. See, so we can do it here. All we need to do is open the rectum. See? So all we need is a function like that, which I'm pretty sure every display server has. Like, I'm sure Wayland has it. I'm sure X11 has it. I'm sure it has it somewhere. I don't know. And Mac OS, I don't know what the fuck is going on Mac OS. Mac OS people are insane. Controls clip rect. Controls whether a source is above or below another source based on last focused state. So it's like, okay, so like current focused source becomes the topmost source in the nested listing of sources such that it appears above all else, right? So it's like using a set Windows hook and whatever the focus event is, which I'm pretty sure the focus event somewhere here. I know that was scary to open this, but I swear I talked about this somewhere. Because I did something similar for a different project, and I was like, this thing sucks. And also, I do like Mac. I think if you're a Mac hater, you just hate the fact that Mac is a better Linux. Win event hook. Focus. In Femboy Socks. For anybody hackers. Event focus. Focus event. Focus event. Win event hook. Win event. Events. Event. I swear I posted this somewhere here. Little ways. State machines. Oh god, state machines. Oh yeah. The source SDK. I was able to get that to compile with the rest on the top of it. Event constants. Here we go. Found it. Hacker man. Say stop alt tabbing. Say my eyes. Here we go. Perfect. Got it. Look at me. Stop alt tabbing. Look at me. Wait, isn't that the like cat meme? The meme? So we just need whatever the focus event is. There we go. An object has received the keyboard focus. No, it's not the keyboard focus. What was it? The window focus? Active? I think it was called active. Desktop switch. The active desktop is being switched. Window. Object cloaked. What the hell does that mean? Set when the window was cloaked? What? A window still exists but is invisible to the user. Has received keyboard focus. The system sends this event for the following user interface elements. List view switch window. The H-wind defines the window that receives the keyboard focus. I think that is exactly what we need. I'm pretty sure it's just object focus. I vaguely remember that was the one that I ended up using, but I swear there was a caveat that I remember for that other project where I was like, it doesn't work in a specific situation. But what does it not work in? A hidden object is now shown. Clients assume hidden objects include the system invisible flag. Shown objects do not include this flag. Uncloaked, capture end, capture start. I swear, foreground. No, I remember it. It is foreground. The foreground window is different from the focused window. Yeah, I remember, because the caveat with the keyboard focus is that with accessibility stuff, you can actually send keyboard focus separately from the focused active window that you're currently viewing as the foreground. I think that was the special case I had to handle. But I can't remember how I solved it. Also, even if I remembered, it's technically like it's code for a contract. So it's not like I can just copy it. I had to like redo it again. Thank God I short-term memory loss. I'm just kidding, by the way. That was a joke. I wish I didn't have it, so I knew the solution. Because it's not like that's like the bread and butter sauce. I just needed it for this one thing, and I wish I remembered it. I'm gonna assume it's this one. So event foreground. You like how I just ignore the character now? Like I'm just like, okay, get out the way, get out of here. I just don't care about this like anime character walking around anymore. Like it just doesn't even like exist in my mind anymore. It's just like, oh yeah, it's just there. It's like, honestly, it's like your real life dogs. Your real life dog, like you just see it walking around. It does everything to try to get your attention, and you're just like, okay, just like do your thing, my like weird furry child, you know? And also saying weird furry child could refer to anything. Your basement dwelling VR chat playing son, or your dog. I say that as somebody who is that person playing VR chat. So is the old ID window, object ID window, and the ID of the window corresponds to the H-wind. Yeah, because the function is H-wind parameter, and we get the H-wind in the thing. Okay, so cool. And the focus event system foreground. And the foreground event system foreground on this page. And I remember the one thing that's like crazy about this, I actually wrote it inside the Discord, I think I wrote inside the Discord, this is insane, because the way that you had to filter it requires you to specify the event, the names are gibberish, and nothing is sorted because you have to specify the limit. So it's like you receive every event at that number or below, but this list isn't sorted. I remember this problem. This list isn't sorted. So it's like if you want this, you also have to deal with the other events that show up under this. But I don't think that really matters. I remember, but for this project it doesn't matter. But for other projects it does. So okay. So that's easy. Okay, so we do that. Current focused source, foreground source. Controls weather resource. So that's easy. So it's just a group. It's just a special type of group that manages the stuff underneath it to do weird things. But it also has to only manages sources that have an H-wind backing behind them. Otherwise, we can't do anything. And I need to see what do the other platforms have if not an H-wind? H-winds are Windows specific, I'm assuming. Because I've only ever heard it within Windows thing. But also, it doesn't matter what Linux or Mac OS users want. They're used to having nothing. There's no need to feed them. They're used to starving. There's no need. There's no need to take care of them. There's no need to care about what they're doing. They're fine starving. So, okay, this is easy. So we just need to actually like load the thing in. So we need to call whatever these functions are. How do I actually call these? How do I call these? Set event. How do you actually use this again? Set event hook. Isn't it like a file to like import? WinUser.h. It's like But I can't remember how it has on. Is it like include win user? Oh, wait, it's right there. Okay, good. No target architecture. What does that mean? No target architecture. What does that mean? What? Too many errors. What? What do you mean too many errors? What? Windows kits. Win user in include what? But why? What do you mean no target architecture? What does that mean? Wait, sorry. What? Clang Windows SDK headers no target architecture. Header error, no target architecture. If you want to avoid explicitly including a specific Windows header, you should do something like this. Oh, because you have to define the architecture. Huh. They are not self-contained because of dependencies. Another cause this could be including that depends on Windows.h. Okay, how about... So, Win user... This header is used by multiple technologies. What does that mean? Fuck it, just do this. WinDef. No, still doesn't work. What is this no target architecture thing? It's because I had to specify specifically that like this is all being done for like x64. I think that's why you have to define what is the architecture before you include it, right? But what does that matter? What does that matter? Wait, don't I also need this? Wait, I'm trying to think. I swear it's like something like this, right? I think that's the one. Include Windows header. Yeah, there we go. Because you have to include this, which then defines the architecture. This does the selection. I remember going through this. This actually does the selection at some point. Oh, did I fuck up the file? Okay, just don't write to that. And then, okay, and also Stack Overflow says there's a Win32 lean and mean. What the fuck does that mean? What? What is a lean and mean? Where'd this come from? What is a lean and mean? What? Commenter Ass Stuff by Raymond Chen. This guy writes everything. Wow. When is where lean and mean came from? The lean and mean symbol was introduced in the Windows 95 timeframe as a way to exclude a bunch of Windows header folder files. When you include Windows.h, you can take a look at the Windows.h file to see which ones are included. Wait a minute. If I re-include it, is it already included somewhere inside the project? Is that bad if I include it here? Probably not. That's fine. So I had to define this lean and mean thing, but if I define the lean and mean, what does that matter? What? The 16-bit files, Moore's Law, have conspired to render it relatively useless. It doesn't save you much anymore. Okay, well that's handy. So you need Windows.h first, because I remember you need that first, and then you have this. I'll sort it after. It doesn't really matter. You have that, and then we just need to do this. Okay, so it's easy. We just need to do this. How do you make a new group? Because you can't nest things by default. So how do you this gets more complicated. It just keeps getting more complicated. And then how do you modify the front end? What's the front end? Front end. To initialize libOBS, you must call these things. To individual modules, front ends, reconfiguring video settings, displays, saving and loading objects, manages own objects, allows easier saving and loading of sources, displaying sources. It outputs encoder and services. How do I interact with whatever this is? How do I interact with this list? Not with you, sorry. How do I interact with this list over here? How do you like get the things in this list and modify these? Chat. Maybe it's not worth it to program streaming. Like, sure, it's fun to have the Subway Surfer anime like waifu, right, on screen as like a joke, and then making all of you like various anime waifus, right? But if it's this complicated, maybe we just don't program on stream ever again. Because now it's getting too much. Like, I feel like I keep getting further and further. Projects 1, what's this? PR considerations. Holy shit. Ready to merge, Jesus. Okay. Well, what's because how does a group handle nesting? That's what I want to know. Because groups in OBS can handle nesting. Group shared cutesy idion group idion Q object. The hell is idion? Idion? Idion. Idion? It autocorrects to Indian. Okay, that's not QT Idion. For the love of God, stop autocorrecting. OBS Studio Idion. This is the only place where I've ever used the word Idion. The fuck is an Idion? Refactor front end and update audio mixer. What? What's an Idion? Feature Idion. A family of custom widgets for OBS implementing the Yami UI design. Idion. What is this word? OBS Idion. Get it? It's Obsidian. Oh my god. How is anybody supposed to like see this? Well, at least we know. Okay. So it's just a bunch of UI components because it's in Qt. That much is clear. But is the grouping just a UI element? Like it doesn't do anything? Because if so, then I'm boned. I mean, I do it like I am gonna need a new UI element to define the thing, right? So I guess it makes sense. But if it's on the UI, can it interact with the thing? I guess it can. I could just call it code. Is that a bad thing? I don't really know. But is there no other definition of like a group throughout this entire thing? It's just a UI thing that just happens to contain things? No, OBS properties add group. What's that? OBS properties add group. Can you dance? Wait, chat. We should download dances for you. Wait. We'll go here. Oh shit. You're too huge now. Okay, you're way too huge. Stop. You're too huge. Stop moving. Stop. You're too huge. Please stop moving. Avatar can dance. It doesn't include MPC, which is weird. Or sorry, MPV, which is weird. Is this? I'm gonna assume that's it. Okay, cool. So now it's added. Okay, can you go like smaller? The UI is cut off. Why did you just do hearts? Oh god. Where did you go? Where did you go? Uh-oh. Don't tell me what to do. You're not my dad. He threw water balloons in my face. You can't tell me what to do. My dad threw water balloons in my face and now I'm blind. It sounds like a South Park. It sounds like a South Park skit of like now my face is now I'm blind. You're right. I can't tell you what to do. Only that if you dance, it's gonna make this whole segment a lot better. Okay, how about I lower your avatar size here, but I keep the menu this size. Okay, that's a lot easier. So we do this. We do this. How do I get this thing to like dance? How do I get this creature to like dance? So I dancing volume threshold like 0. If set too low, the avatar was dance as soon as music is set. Yeah, as soon as the music starts, yeah, you have to dance. Okay, so now if I go back, we don't need to download dances. So if we go back to Steam, we can find a couple of dances. Okay, let's get some dances, Shan. Let's get some dances going on. We'll get the Resi dance because that's the most popular one. Let's download this. We'll get filters. Avatars, no, dances. There's 44 dances. There's the there's the Fortnite dance of the gritty. There's a Nyanya dance. There's a rabbit hole. What is a rabbit hole? What's this? What doesn't work? It don't dance? This doesn't work. Is the studio referring to one? I think I know the website address. I can't access. What is the URL? What do you mean by VRM monitoring? You're asking research websites. You're asking about websites that are only Virid Hub and you want Miku rabbit hole. What's a rabbit hole? Okay, your girlfriend. What? From a person who plays Mortal Kombat 11, who plays Doki Doki Literature Club and has 84 workshop submissions. Holy shit! Your girlfriend, outdated idol, the Chica dance, sure. Specialist Persona 4, I've never seen that, sure. Idol Oshinoko. What? What do you mean Crab Rave? What do you mean there's an MMD for Crab Rave? What do you mean? Why would they make an MMD for Crab Rave? Isn't that like a shitpost song? Oh my god. Why is there an MMD for Crab Rave? It's a real song by it has a Monster Cat. It has a full Monster Cat release. We're subscribing. We're gonna subscribe. Okay, so we get that. Crab God. Crab Rave Extended. Boo. Cat Loving. Project Sakai version. Cutie Song Guyomi. We are not doing that. I hate the Guyomi song so fucking much. It's so annoying. Okay, let's just try this. Okay, everyone, we're gonna see what happens here. We launch it. What happens when you make this thing dance? This is all important research for later when we eventually mod it ourselves to add Twitch integration, okay? Because we need to know how this thing works to see how it even makes sense. Okay, now let's start dancing. How do I do dancing? Standard. I don't know. Avatar can dance. Yeah, sure. How to just like get you to choose a dance? Because I don't know how to like. I know. Holy shit! It's here. Wait, this doesn't play music, right? Volume. Okay, she's standing backwards. Okay, she's still standing backwards. Ah! Oh fuck! Oh fuck! It plays the music. Oh shit! That's really loud. This might be the best programming tool I've ever seen in my entire life. This is the best idea that I've had for these streams in a very long time. Wow. I think a property group is something else too. Add group. Get STM, add group. I know I'm trying to like not... I know I'm trying to ignore this. But I'm just so curious about this. So add group is different. Add group is its own thing. Source tree model. Source tree. Where's the... this. And then add group. There we go. Oops. I misclicked. What? Source tree model. So, dances in this thing include the music, which is interesting because I swear the music is all stolen. And then it's like, also, I need to actually switch the music because it's going onto the wrong track. Just give me a second. Because it's like, aren't these just stolen songs then that just people are just uploading? And I know that like the MMD community in Japan has had a major problem with a lot of piracy within the industry as well. Like a major problem where like they had to deal with people constantly stealing their like stuff. So it's like, isn't this whole thing just like a stolen mess? I feel kind of bad for them now. But that was a great dance. Yay. Woo, woo. Good job. You did really good. Good job. I'm really proud of you. Are you still dancing? Oh shit. What if I just do like a shuffle? Oh my god, shuffle. Cat loving. Okay, next song. Okay, it doesn't know how to shuffle. I don't think this media player really knows how to make a playlist. What's a chica dance? How loud is this thing? It also, why is it loading and it kind of like freezes every now and then? It's kind of weird. Play. See, it's like freaking out. What did I download? What if I've downloaded like a virus? Wait a minute. What is the what is this? Mate engine app ID. What's the app ID of this application? 365270. You can actually go to the folder on your computer to go check things out and see what it has. So you can go to this folder, Common Workshop 365. Sorry. 270. These are all the things we downloaded. 3625. I'm pretty sure these are all the things that we downloaded. 3625270. Yeah. These are all the workshop things. What is actually in these? It's a ME file, which is a what? What is this? What is this? What was it again? It's like Control R or like how do you E Control R P or something? Wait, no. E Control R this. How do you actually like paste things in again? What's the Vim paste command line? I don't know. How do they copy paste into command mode? Oh, CVCR. That's the one. Sorry, it's so E CVCR. Okay, well, fuck you. Well, how do you do this again? How do you actually like paste into the command line? Then CRCV CV E CRCV. Oh right, CRCV. Where ECR. No, it's ECVCR. Wait, is it CRCV? CRV VRVV is a CVCR. Oh, CR plus. Sorry. It's a CR plus. There we go. Okay. What is this? There's a meta VRM. Oh, that's just a binary file. Okay. Oops. Go back here. So that's a VRM. ME. This is also just. I mean, the ME file is their own file. That's also including a shader, but I'm assuming you just can't open it because it's just like, it's all just a binary file. So you don't know what these files do. That's kind of weird. You don't really know what these files do. They just do something. Crab God. I know we got distracted, but I'm just very curious to see why these don't work. None of these work. Cat loving. Stop playing cat loving. Stop. You always do cat loving. Stop it. What if I downloaded viruses? Oh, look, your girlfriend works. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. There's so much potential for this chat. Because you could also create your own MMDs, right? And you could send it over. And you could have your own custom dance being like done too. There's technically nothing stopping you from doing so. As far as I know, these aren't allowed to have scripts, so maybe it's just broken in the format. And there was actually a Google Drive link that I was supposed to go to download like a bunch of them, so I probably should have done that beforehand. But I am surprised that they include the music. Like, I always thought that MMD was like, you had to get the music elsewhere, and then you have the dance choreography like in the file. I didn't know that the file like had both at the same time. I thought everyone just like synced up the start of the music separately, so there was no legal issues. Because this is just a bunch of pirated music, basically. Oh, this is great. This is really good. Anyways, we need to do the group thing now. So not this thing. I need the source tree add group. This is a source tree something. STM is different. What is STM? Source tree model. No, I want to get the source tree model. How about you do source tree model. Here we go. And this thing has the add group function. There we go. So it's all just a visual thing, the groups. It's all just a visual thing, the groups. So what I need to do is I need to make something like this as a group, and then I need to somehow, based on these Windows events, find the matching one in the list of sources. Well, then what's a source in this? What's a source in this tree? What's in the source tree? It's an item. It's a source tree item. So this is It's a queue object because it's Qt. I don't remember anything about working with the Qt. I just know it's easy. Enter edit mode. Select deselect paint event. But can you get the actual like item itself? OBS scene item. What the hell is that? She's just dancing while I'm trying to figure this shit out. She just keeps on going. Chat, this is the most distracting thing that we've ever done. It's so distracting. It just keeps going. OBS scene item gets. What is an OBS scene item? Source tree item. It's not the same as an OBS scene item. Where'd you get the OBS scene item then? This is OBS scene item. I'm assuming it comes from whatever the obs.hpp thing is. Okay, so obs.hpp. Find this file. OBS scene item. Here we go. Is an OBS reference to something. What does that even mean? Tells an OBS reference. What is this thing? It's a template. Yeah, it's a template. This release function, and then there's an auto release because you call that function, and then it'll release it. So it's a reference counter. It's a reference counted reference to something, whatever that thing is. I don't really know what it is, but you can either add the reference to it or you can release the reference to the scene item. Oh my god, it's finally done. Okay, is there any other songs that you can do? Okay, what? How come these don't work? Do specialist. Come on. Load. It actually works now. Oh, this is great, Chad. This is amazing stuff. It's actually like a Subway Surfers thing. It's actually like a Subway Surfers thing. This is so sick. Oh, apparently multiples of these can actually synchronize. So apparently multiples of these characters can synchronize their dancing. I vaguely remember it said something like that. So if I do like, I think it was this. Open Avatar 2. I remember it said something like that. Skip. Okay, shut up. Okay, shut up. So now you dance. Okay, you have to dance now. Specialist, go. Can you even synchronize? I don't know if you can synchronize actually. How do you synchronize? Wait, maybe I misread it. Mate engine sync dance. Synchronize multiple avatars. I don't think you can actually. Improve sync dance between instances. Yeah. Between instances. Sync. Latest hotfix. 3 weeks ago, I downloaded this. Sync dance between instances. So there's a setting. There's a setting. Avatar can dance. Yeah. Avatar can dance. Don't worry, chat. We'll figure it out soon. She'll. This is like when you join like a dancing group, and then your partner is out dancing you, and you need to get back into the dance quickly before the song is over, before you get kicked out of the group. What the hell's a galaxy? What galaxy? What? Mate engine dancing galaxy. What does it even mean? Galaxy? I don't know what that means. Dancing galaxy? Sure. Whatever. Standard. Okay, just dance. Oh, it's too late. Oh, you messed up. So this thing does that. I don't know what that thing does. Okay, so I need both of you to synchronize and start dancing. Okay. This is it. Play. Do the Resi dance. This thing was very popular. How come Resi doesn't play? Rabbit hole? Something doesn't play. And I need like a debug log or something. Crap god. Chica dance. Maybe this character can't do it. Can you do the Resi dance? Can you do the rabbit hole? Can you do crab god? Can you do cat loving? It seems like no one can do. It seems like the second dancer can't do anything. It seems like the second dancing character is a little bit broken. It seems like the dancing character is a little bit broken. Sorry, I'm gonna have to delete you. There can only be one dancer apparently. What a weird thing to have. Okay, one dancer has left the group. We've just fired them. Okay, so POV, you are a like manager of like a K-pop group or something, and you fired one of the girls for not being able to like dance. That's what just happened. Okay, just like put this on like loop. Okay, just like keep doing this until we're done programming, which is going to be soon. Just, just I'm gonna make you earn your pay. I'm gonna make you earn your pay, buddy. Good luck. Godspeed. So this add reference takes this, you add a reference to it, val in, and then you release it when it's done. And you this val in this, you take ownership. Yeah. But the replace is different. And then where's the destructor? The destructor is defined by, what was it again? Oh, this. Inline auto, this is it. Inline the auto release here. OBS auto release. What else is this? OBS auto release. Type def name auto release. Auto release. Auto release. Auto release. Auto release. And then the destructor is it calls the release. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. It's extended based off of that. Okay, so that makes sense. What exactly? But can I use the scene item for anything? What is it? What's a scene item? I can, because a scene item is actually a type def of OBS scene item, which is the opaque type. And this scene item, what does it have? I need to get the source. I can get the source through the scene item, and on the source, it might have an H-wind. Or H-winds... something, maybe... I mean, can I get the H-wind? I don't know. How do I get the H-wind? I guess I have to cast it. I would need to know what type of thing it is to be able to cast it. So I have to cast this OBS source info. This OBS source. No, I can do it from the OBS source info. Because when you define the OBS source, you define your OBS source info based on whatever the repo said. I forget what the repo said. Quick start guide. Okay. How plugins in that? Yes. That's how you define it. Is the OBS source info. Is how you define it with your own source, and that actually updates everything. So you actually go into the OBS source info, open the source itself, and then how do you get the H-wind? I don't know if you can get the H-wind. I don't know. It's like a get handle. Handle. Oh, handle H-wind. That's a problem. Because how do I know that it's the correct one? I guess I just cast them over. I just do like a type check and I just cast it. But how do you do type checks again? How do you actually do it again? I forget how. I need to remember all this. So wait. But we have a way in wincapture.c. This is the file that we need. I don't know what the file was called again. Oh Jesus, what was the file called? Oh God. Just keep dancing, We need more. We need more music to help. Please keep on dancing, please. It's DirectX 3D 11. No, where's the sources? libobs. These goddamn libs. Sorry. Just like the idea of like it's just I just love the word lib being used everywhere and being misappropriated for so many different things. It just sounds so weird now. Data. Which library is it? Window capture. Oh, is it WinCapture? Windowcapture.c. Here we go. WinCapture. Because Windows Capture. It's a plugin. This thing itself has the H-wind. I'm like, yeah, this thing has an H-wind here. The struct window capture is used where? I don't know. It is defined by this. It's defined by the ID. Okay, she's going for round 2. Okay. How about you do a new dance? Can you do the Reze dance? It works! Man, the MMD doesn't look nearly as cool as the animation. Because the animation is like really, really smooth. It's also funny that like that dance in particular became very popular because it's like not like it's the first one ever, but the song is a banger. Yeah, I really do like the song. I'm just surprised that this like animated dance became very, very popular. You know what it is? It's the same problem of like a lot of 3D animation that I see. It's missing a lot of the force. It's missing the way that the body moves with force that like that the 2D animators captured very, very well. It's like missing all the smears and stuff to make it really fast. So we go to rabbit hole now. Forget she dies, so it's fine. Spoilers, sorry. Spoilers, sorry. Sorry, spoilers. Oh, I can't play Crab God. I need to. Okay, wait. So you have to play your girlfriend to be able to play Crab God. Your girlfriend is the way to play everything else. See? You have to load your girlfriend to play Rabbit Hole. That's a weird sentence. You have to load your girlfriend to play Rabbit Hole. Your girlfriend is the entryway to every other song. Why? That's a weird bug. Okay, so I can do an ID check. And then I can cast it over. Just the window capture info is this. But then how do you get the actual like window capture itself? What is the window capture? WC child enum. Enum active services. Active sources. Data. WC data. WC equals this. WC equals this. WC window capture. You get a pointer to whatever the data is, which is whatever this is. So I see. You have to get the child enum. You have to get the child. So source info. What the fuck is this song? Enum active sources. Call to enumerate all active sources being used. I see. If the source has children, okay, that render audio video, it must implement this callback. Call to enumerate all sources with the used within this. All sources. Here we go. Call to enumerate all active sources. Inactive sources being used within the source. It's enum active sources is what we call it instead. Typically used if a source can have inactive child sources, like a group. So enum all sources. So I need to call enum active sources to get the actual underlying window capture structure that I'm going to need in order to use this or something. When would you ever need this? So the window capture source, CB, cock and ball, what the hell is this function? What is it called CB? Source enum proc T. Oh, right, the callback, sorry. Callback, yeah. See, callback, in the callback, you then get the source itself and the other source. The source itself is the OBS source T, but that's not what I need. I need specifically the window capture thing, which has whatever this is. I just need to get whatever this is. I just need the window. I just need the window. Why is it so hard to get the window? Window helpers. Windows helpers. What I'm trying to figure out, because all of these are various abstractions, I need to figure out what to cast it to in order to get the correct file. I need to figure out what type to cast the opaque type into to get the exact type that's going to give me the exact structure, this one that gives me the window handle. What is this song? Why is it like a rap song? Is this really the Crab Rave song? Does it have a rap segment? I don't remember this. Wait, it's Eminem. Oh my god. I know what I downloaded. I downloaded a remix where it's knees weak, arms are heavy mixed in with Wait, it actually fits very well though. It fits surprisingly well. That's pretty good. Oh, that's really good. Wow, that's awful. Oh, that's amazing. Okay, I see. When you create it, you create the window capture and then you pass back the window capture. So on create, so whatever it's doing here, there's probably a function inside this that allows you to get the actual underlying source. I need to find that function. Okay, no more crab dance. Go your girlfriend into Chica dance. For some reason, why is this thing the gateway to every other file? There's something wrong with the way that it loads things. What is Chica dance? Chat, to all the weeaboos that's on my chat, can you please explain what is a Chica dance? What is this shit? It was funny. I don't know any of these shows. So the fact that like I'm doing this, like this is a whole new world for me. Deactivate, update, get defaults, get the default settings for the source. I need to somehow get the source itself. Create the source data for the source. Get name output flags. One of these functions allows me to get the source. Enum active sources allows me to enumerate all the active sources, but that's not really what I need. But I could do that if I want to. Actually, I should do that. Maybe I should just do the enumerate active sources. But how do I know if it even has a function there, right? How do I know that it has this function or that function? Yeah, you know what? If we do enumerate sources, what does that do? We only call it for window capture, and we only call it for game capture. But what's a game capture? This one. Does this also implement that too? I'm assuming it does at the very, very bottom. Also, great folder structure, great file structure that can go down here and see it. Yes. So you have to implement active sources always. Enum active sources. It must implement this callback if it renders anything. So we call this, and we get the underlying source that's there, which is whatever this is, because it takes the data and then it passes it in. But it passes us the source specifically, which is not what I want. Unless this source somehow gives me the window handle, I don't think I want this. OBS source T. The problem is that it doesn't give me the window handle. Callback. Game capture enum. You get the data. You get this. This is the callback. Sorry. Okay, it's she just keeps dancing. Stop dancing. Which one of these was like the least annoying? Called when saving a source. So user data to pass to the callback. This is what I want to pass to the callback. This still doesn't really help me. Because if I get the source, it's not like the source itself is the thing. Because the source itself is not whatever this structure is. I need specifically this structure. I need specifically the game capture structure. How do I get specifically this structure? Am I crazy for thinking that this should be possible? Source enabled, source thing, source. Audio active, source, set name, get name, video render, get hidden. Please tell me there's an easier way to see a list of functions here. Please. Thank you. Here you go. Functions used by source, general source functions, get display name, register source create private, get reference. Returns an incremented reference if still valid. Get source reference. So okay, well, it's not even here. What? Gets an incremented reference. Use source release to release it, but that's still not what I want. I don't want the source. I want specifically the thing that gives me this. How the fuck do you go from the source back into this? What is the source? OBS source type, OBS source T. What is the source? What is the create function, actually? Maybe I'll know if I look at the create function. Surely that's the thing that really matters. Because how is it created? So it allocates it. It uses BZ alloc, which makes sense, sure. And it allocates it. The game capture setting update. And then it just gives this back. It returns this. So does it have a pointer to itself? Is that what OBS source T is? Is this a pointer back to itself? That seems insane. What is this? OBS source, struct OBS source. This is the internal structure, OBS source. Removed, temporarily removed. I don't think this is it. OBS source info is what? Wait, maybe that is it. Because this defines OBS source info as game capture info. Sorry, give me a second. Okay, back. I figure out what. How does this even work? Destroy, capture with. So the source is different from the thing that I need. I don't need that. What I need, I can get the source info, but that still doesn't give me the actual instance of whatever this thing is. Is this thing so opaque that I can't even pull this out? That might be it. But because it's like it's the void pointer thing of the opaque type. You give the opaque type over. Only the code really knows what to do with it. So it casts it to the type that you want it to be, such that you have whatever the concrete type is. I forget what name. Is it the concrete type? Yeah, something like that. Then it does all its operations on the type, and then it does things for you. That's how you handle what's it called, polymorphism? That's how you handle whatever that like term is when you have an unknown type that you need to pass around in C. It's whatever that method is. That makes sense. But I need specifically this thing and not the source that it's there. Define stop being bad? What? This is most likely due to security software. What? Okay, stop dancing. You go specialist, go. Because I needs to define it. How do I? This is like 99% of programming. You're trying to figure out this because all I need to do, if I can get the window handle, then it's over. I just need to figure out how to actually like get this thing. So, of these functions, because the OBS source T is not what I need. I need specifically the source itself, whatever that type is. I need the data. I need like the source data. Source, weak source, source release, source update, get with source properties? No. I need source settings? No. I need the source itself. OBS data T. Is that it? That might be it. Get settings. The settings string for a source. That's a string? Sorry. Never mind. Get video render. No, that's just a function to do the video render. Source defaults. Source defaults. To get the default settings of a source. No. I need the source itself. Get source. Is hidden, remove, release. Source create. This creates a source T. Wait, maybe it is source T. I just don't understand. Creates a source of the specified type with the specified settings. So, wait. It has a pointer to itself? Wait, what? There's no way, right? Creates the source data for the source. OBS data T source void pointer. It's a void pointer, but the type in the documentation is defined as the type itself. And WC create. Oh my god, I think it is. So it returns a void pointer to this structure, which is the thing that we need. Oh my god. So that is it then. It is. So whenever you see source T, that is the actual. Wait, so if it has a pointer to itself, isn't that awful? Wouldn't it just like keep on going over and over and over? That doesn't make any sense. That can't be a pointer to itself, right? Creates a source of the specified type with the specified settings. The source context is used for anything. The source type identifier. You get the source itself. I think that is it. Huh. That's a weird way of doing it, but I guess it makes sense. So it has a pointer to itself. Why does it have a pointer? In this plugin, calls register source with the my source that's there, my create function. Register source my source info. With the address of the my source structure that was implemented in another translation unit. In the new example, the full details of each function call is in the reference modules. Thank you. I don't know if this really helps me. OBS, sure. ABS, okay. Capabilities of the thing. Relying on private APIs, not all functionalities are made available to first-party modules, however, and which means that those elements are not available to third-party plugins either. They only contain function that's made publicly available by the library. Using any other hidden header might work, but should be considered a bug. Okay, so I can't look too far. I'm just going to assume that this works, and we're just going to figure it out. So, all right, I have something that I can do. All we need to do is do this event hook. We just need to do the event hook. I don't know, just like maybe I should install here. To install the event hook here and parse it out. To create a group source that can iterate through its own sources, through its nested sources, and on the Windows event and modify the source settings, whatever that is. And specifically, it's going to have to be whatever this is. So it's specifically whatever is in the front end. Because the front end is different from the back end. And the front end is whatever this is. So source tree module. It's whatever this is. It's like a source item, no? Is it source item model? Was it this thing? Source item model? Source tree item? Source tree item? Source tree? Yeah, front-end component, source tree. So it's a source tree item that has the thing. This gives you access to the actual underlying source itself. Was it this? Yeah, it's this. Because you can go OBS scene item, so you have to go through this OBS scene item. Okay, so just write this down. Needs to go through this pointer. Well, I mean this reference really. This reference to get the underlying source. Oops. And then inside from that reference needs to go and get the hwind, which only exists on the Windows types. And I can actually check what specific one it is by platform being run on plus ID of the source, which I think is correct because I'm assuming the ID is shared across different platforms. Just to do it correctly, I think that's a problem, is that you can't just do that without checking the ID. But just to make sure, if I go to plugins, and then I go over to Windows, Win Capture, and I go to window capture, .c, sure. The ID of this thing is window_capture, but if I go to Linux, this shithole that is Linux, what the fuck does Linux use? What is this? Pipewire, Pulse Audio. What the hell is a V4L12? Linux capture. Oh my god. By Leonard. Thank you, Leonard Olke. Inverted.de. Okay, Leonard, what the fuck? Well, there's nothing here, man. Well, how do you use this, Leonard? How do Linux people like do stuff in this? Let's look at Macintosh. I'm sure Mac is so much easier. Look, see that? Linux, I don't know what the fuck is going on. Mac, so much easier. Input, what is a V4Li2? What? Okay, Linux Pulse Audio. This thing hasn't been touched since 2014. How many people like truly know the Linux side of this? If it hasn't been touched since 2014, right? Maybe no one really knows what's like going on here. Maybe nobody knows how this thing works. Maybe I'll never find help because nobody will know how to help me. I also need to play Your Girlfriend, which will then allow me to do cat loving. This is a weird bug. Whatever this bug is, we have to fix this after. Is it Pipewire is for audio? Screencast might be it though. Because a portal, isn't the portal thing specifically for the captures? No, but that doesn't make sense. This is only for audio. Wait, no, it is. Oh my god. What? Is Pipewire not just for audio? Am I crazy? Give me a second. Sorry, my niece said hello. I think I'm misunderstanding what Pipewire is. I thought it was just audio, but it's actually audio and video. This makes sense. For both audio and video and support for pulse audio, jack. So these are the audio libraries, but it also handles video, and that's what a portal is, because a portal allows you to like get the video from it. I vaguely remember working with this stuff like or like reading about what a portal is. But this is it. This is it. Screencast portal capture info. See that? Window capture, and the ID is different. Maybe the ID is always unique. I guess it would make sense that the IDs are all unique. So I guess I don't really need to do a platform check. I can just do an ID check. But just to make sure, is this also like its own thing? Window capture info is where? Where did you define this? You fuck. Mac window capture. Here we go. Oh yeah, it's in Coco. Isn't it like Coco or like Objective C or something? It is Objective C. ID. You do have to check. Okay, so okay, wait. So yeah. Check which one, because IDs might be okay. We're done with the dancing. No, we're dancing. You've earned your pay. You can stay now. You've earned your stay. Just get out of the way, please. Just get out of the way. Move. Start moving. Go. Get there. Because IDs can be the same across platforms and sources. So it's like the plugin needs to know. And the reason why we do this is because H-Winds are Windows specific. Reason why we do this is because the way to determine, well, it really shouldn't be this. It's like need to go and get that exists on the capture sources we support, right? And we only check this, so it's really be sure to write function to be able to match ID to specific ID struct is it property? I think it's called properties. Depending on platform, e.g. H-Wind for Windows. Thank you. Please get the way. So that's actually not that bad. Okay, so that's not that bad. So you have the source ID, you just get that, you just run whatever this function is, and I think we can just run whatever this is, set win event hook. What's the problem with me running those? Set win event hook, except for the fact that like you wouldn't really want to do it here. You really wouldn't want to do it here. You ideally would do this somewhere else. Also, ensure only one event hook. I don't know. Doesn't really matter. Like ensure no duplicate event hooks. Maybe a way to turn it off manually in settings, because this will trip anti-cheat. I'm pretty sure this will probably trip some anti-cheats and you will get banned. So you have to have a manual way to turn it off. I may have to stop the stream soon. I hear people are coming home now, which means the internet connection is going to get very bad very, 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 very soon. So we do that. We just set the event hook. We get the thing. On the events, we write the callback, and then we do that function. We also need whatever this is. How do we do this? Is there an easy way of doing this? Is there an event that gives me this? Because if so, this would be even better too. Because then I could just run this at any time. I could only care when it's done. So when rect. Rect? Oh, sorry. Rect? A preview rectangle is being displayed. What? Size? The movement or resizing of a window has finished. A window is being moved or resizing. It's sent by the system, never by servers. What the fuck is a server? IME change. An object has changed location, shape, or size. Which one is it? Wait, which event do we use? What the fuck is this song? So, why is it so vague? What's an object versus like a window? Like I know what a window is, but why is this thing? What's an object? Server application send this event for the accessible objects. Oh, it also includes user interface thing. So carrots. I'm sorry. Oh, this lets you hook into the caret of where you're typing in. Oh, I see. I get the point of this. You use this as you care about where the caret is in relation to the window as well. You use the window one only if you only care about the window sizing. Okay. So what is the window one again? Move size n is 000b, which is, I forget what the value is. That's like 10. So I'm going to get like a shit ton of events that I don't care about. At a minimum though, how do you actually define a D word? I actually don't remember how to define like a D word. Windows D word. God. MSDTYP. A D word is a 32-bit value. Type def D word. Okay, how about we just do, I don't know. It's been a while since I've written C actually. It's like I don't know, like D word min. For now, we'll just do it like this. And what exactly is this? It's whatever this value is. So at the minimum, B is higher than I think the foreground. So it has to be something like this. Does this work? I'm pretty sure this like works, right? Yeah. D event min, event max. Oops. I mean, I could just do it like this, just directly. Fuck it. We'll just inline it. Okay, we do this here, and then whatever this is, we need to go over here. We also need a size. Move size n. This is only for Windows. So whatever this value is. Do we then need to handle the actual thing itself? I think H module is the procedure. I think that's actually like the thing that will get called when you do it. It's been a while since I've actually used this too. Actually, is there a way to format this? Thank you. Win event proc ID process. Oh fuck! I have to choose the ID process. Oh shit. Oh, that's huh. Event hook ID process. Specify 0 to receive events from all processes. That's gonna be way too much. Can I update an event hook after the fact with new processes? Because I don't want to get every single event. I only care about the events I care about. Because you might have like 100. Like, how many processes do I have? I have like. If I get events from everything on my PC, from events 0x003 to 0x00b, there's a whole bunch of events in between which are very annoying too. And I've got like, I don't know, I've got like 50 processes running. Imagine like you open Steam and this thing has to like know how to ignore that too. But the only way that I know whether it's ignored is I have to go get the source, check the hwind. Like it's... This might have a feasibility issue. Anyways, I have to go. Surely this is going to work better. Surely the programming segments are going to get a lot better. I just need to finish this thing off stream and then we'll sort of move on from there. We'll augment this thing with the Twitch integration and stuff too. Yeah. This is what the programming streams are. The programming streams are kind of like my train of thought streams, which don't really result in much, and results in us getting distracted for the most part. But they're getting better, I think. I just don't know how people like program for real on like live on Twitch. Like, it's like, how do you do this stuff without getting distracted? Like, if you go to software and oh my god, Henry's on. Like, if you go here, for instance, right? How do you program without getting lost? Like, look at him. What, 24 hours left to ship a social network? Oh my god, this is a cursed blunt circle, or sorry, like a cursed blunt thingamabob. Whatever. Programming on stream sucks. It's only made better by the fact that we have this like weird anime thing going.